What are the dimensions of this Wailord? So, someone like look up a Pokedex. So, oh, Demolition's got it. Yeah, length 47 feet 7 inches. Weight 877 pounds. Is that doing it for you, Zagula? Um, what if there's a Wailord but only at one of their offices? I mean, that's fine, but I feel like it's important that that information be made public. Like, I think they should tell the world that they made a life-size Wailord. I think everyone should be able to enjoy that knowledge. Again, it's so wildly impractical that like it doesn't need to be mass produced and it doesn't need to be readily available. But like I it should exist and people should know it exists. I think those two things should be true. Of course it needs to be mass produced. What do you think what's the fulcrum point on like I am really curious what it would cost to buy a mass produced life size Wailord plushie. It won't happen. But like if they spent all that fabric, as Acula says, like calculate like what that fabric and stuff it cost would be, and then like figure out like the like wholesale cost of it, and then like what kind of profit margin do you think would be required for that endeavor to make any kind of sense? Wailord could post some shipping and storage challenges. My mom in chat with the powerful comedic understatement. I mean, I we did some math on this at some point, and like I didn't do like hard calculations, but I'm pretty sure that like a Wailord is like mostly the size of my entire house. Like I think my house is like slightly bigger than a Pokedex accurate Wailord. So like to say that there would be like there's storage challenges and then there's Wailord challenges. It says Vasco, if you want a life-size Wailord plush, chat will get you a life-size Wailord plush. I mean, where does chat propose that it lives? Again, I feel like I've been pretty clear about the fact that like I'm into this concept. I'm not out here trying to buy it, but I mean, first off, Demolition brought this. I didn't bring it up again. Demolition said that like someone should acquire all like 1,000 plus Pokemon. I think we're at like 1,080 something. I think. But like someone should acquire all of them as life-size plush. And I'm like, well, that can't happen until we have Wailord, cowards. And now everyone's trying to say I'm the only one interested in this. Listen, it's important that we make it. I don't think like there's already a housing crisis, right? Like where do you think the Wailords are going to? You're going to live in the life-size Wailord? Hang on, Key might be onto something. There's a housing shortage, but what if you just could live in the Wailord? Anyway, ahoy, lovers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. I'm gonna leave some of that nonsense in, obviously. It's Pokemon Day. How exciting. Welcome. I've done this in such a stupid way. I tabbed off the start screen because the loop was making Zacula go bananas. We're gonna play here. How about this? Here, look at my homepage. You can see No Sleep for Kaname Dante and Princess Peach Showtime. All the greatest hits of things that are on this console. And then there's Pokemon Leaf Green. Now, today is February 27th, 2026. It is Pokemon Day. We got a relatively large announcement. They showed some footage of Generation 10, the Pokemon games, Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves that are coming out next year, which I thought people were going to be really upset about it, but people seem open-minded about it, which is good. Because the last time we like did a Pokemon game release on schedule, we got Scarlet and Violet, and it didn't come without problems. I love my mom in chat says, "I beg of you, chat, do not get him a Wailord." It tells you so much. It says so much about the situation that my mom will not endorse the purchase of the plush. Like, you have to understand that's not a small feat that we're talking about here. I will say though that if we solved the housing crisis with Wailords, I think that we would have taken the first step to a utopian future that modern Star Trek refuses to acknowledge. Missile. I mean, Missile's literally the first thing I thought when they showed off the three starter Pokemon. There's like a sneaky little like water reptile. He can only be described as an angry bird. His name is Brout. No one seems to like him. And then there's what is his name? Pomor. It's a Pomeranian. It's just a Pomeranian. It's a dog. He's Missile from Phantom Detective Ghost Trick. He's perfect. It's the only nickname you could give him. Ahoy, light lovers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Hi, hello, welcome. We had such a fun thing going. Let me explain how the day is going, and I'm just gonna let you extrapolate what kind of week I've been having because it fits and I should have expected it. So we were here. I set up all the stream technology. Everything was tested and ready to go. We were like minutes away from playing Pokemon Leaf Green version. And then the Fire Nation attacked, by which I mean I was literally making no physical contact with any object in this room other than the chair upon which I sit, and my computer did a full restart, like a complete reboot. And I'm pretty sure it like deleted the recording I had in progress. It absolutely nuked the stream from orbit. It was very frustrating. I like we were having a good time. We had a wonderful conversation about how today is February 27th, 2026. It is it's Pokemon Day 2026. This is the reason why Pokemon Leaf Green version and Fire Red were both re-released today for the Nintendo Switch. It's very exciting. It's the reason we're playing that tonight in celebration of Pokemon Day. We talked about the Pokemon Generation 10 trailer and how there's an extremely good Pomeranian starter that I love, and an Angry Bird that nobody particularly likes. And we were saying how there should be a life-size plush for every Pokemon as part of the 30th anniversary celebration. Then we had an extremely long and satisfying discussion about the logistics of Wailord and how impractical it is to have a life-size plush of Wailord. But then Keen in chat had the brilliant idea that people should live inside of the Wailord. And I think that we can somehow weaponize this concept to solve the housing crisis. Everyone just lives in their own Wailord. I mean, tiny houses are already a thing. Just live in the Wailord. What could be greater than live in a Wailord? So here we are, just driving in a car. It's raining out. We did not have a power outage. There's so many. I've had so many power outages since coming here, and the only one that was of any significant length was the one that happened right after Hurricane Milton. But like it just keeps like just forcing me to reset everything in my house. So like I'm well acquainted with momentary power outage. It was not the cause of this. It was just hate. Some horrible, hateful engine that seems to drive my entire life. Milton is such a lame name for a hurricane. Yeah, and it's like it was like a category 5 that went directly over the center of Florida, and like neither of those things ever happened, and for 5,000 years it didn't. But you know, then I moved here and it happened immediately. Twitch saved most of that for you. Yeah, but it sucks so much to like get footage off Twitch, and it sucks. It's all like super compressed. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's like the whole reason to record it is to like have more control over it and to save like 8 steps, like so many steps trying to like recover that footage. It's so spiteful. Like you can do it. It's so not good. It's like for anyone who's like watching The Pit, how like there's a point in this season where they're like, we're concerned about a cyber attack, so we've taken all of the network technology offline, but we're still running the hospital. It's like you can do it, but it sucks. It's so bad. Yeah, I'm just mad now. I was having such a good time, and it's so upsetting to just like have your life disrupted all the time. Like I didn't, and I don't want to like go into depth about my week. It's not interesting. I'm happy to spend like a whole like 40 minutes talking about how bad my week is if I think it's a funny or at least interesting story, and it's not. Let me just tell you, like, the week I've been having is like everyone's mean to me and I'm tired. Like, that's what my week is. It sounds like I'm like a petulant child, but like, do you want to spend like 40 hours of your week of people like ignoring every effort of you going out of your way to help them? And then when they finally realize that you're trying to help them, instead of like being like conciliatory, of just like doubling down and like being a dick to you? No, me neither. It sucks. I'm just like so absolutely tired of everyone coming at me with their like worst attitude and their negative energy. It just sucks. There are so much worse things to happen, but like it just sucks to constantly endure. But like especially because it's 2026. Anyone who's here now or has lived through 2026, if you're watching this in the future, you understand that 2026 is a bad time. As that meme that's been going around for like almost a decade now, I think. It's like, if you are a millennial, then you don't expect anything good to ever happen again. That's neutral. That's where we live. There's just like there's so much news and all of it's bad. So like I don't need people like making it worse just like out of sheer force of hate. I don't need it. I need everyone to calm down. I need everyone to read their emails, and I need everyone to submit their affidavits. Did Scrubs need a reboot? I have no idea. I'll tell you that I absolutely haven't watched it yet. Not because I have some like holier than thou high ground attitude that like I'm too good for a Scrubs reboot. I ain't got time for that. It pisses me off that every TV show that releases on Thursday or Sunday, and that's it. It's most of them are Thursday, quite frankly. So like all the TV I want to watch in a week happens a single day. It just pisses me off, man. They realize there's 6 whole other days they could release TV shows on, right? I guess it's the way Vasco would hate working with me because I straight up do not read emails. I mean, it depends on what kind of working relationship we would need to have. My favorite this week, this pissed me off, and it's partially because like I made a mistake in an email, but like, and I think I mentioned this on stream not that long ago, but like I have like openly like spoken to my manager and my boss about this. We are at like a critical overwork like mass. Like there's too much that we're being required to do, and there's nothing to do but to like plow through it. But like it's not fast enough, and everyone's unhappy internally too. So like the issue is just that like I'm so overworked that I can't, like, I'm physically incapable of like double checking stuff because like the intensity of eye strain and like the frequency of headaches I'm getting, like I just like cannot spend extra time looking at emails. Like normally I love to give them at least like a once over to try and like catch small details, but like people don't even like read my stuff to begin with, so there's that. But like also the vast majority of typos that I end up making in email are like inconsequential. I like somehow like put the wrong name for like a barter service in like an email to like someone telling them that they should confirm that something is like starting this coming Monday. And let me explain to you, like when that happens, it gets listed so many times in an email. It's like in the subject line, it's in like the first sentence of the email. It's like 3 other times in the email. Like basically every sentence of the email says this thing in it. I typoed it 1 out of like 7 times. And this donkey dasher comes at me with like, I'm so confused. This email you sent me doesn't make any sense. And he like sends me like this one line of your email says this. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I deeply apologize. You horribly wronged individual. Like, I typoed it once. If you had looked at literally any other sentence of the email, you would have seen it written correctly, especially where it's like in extreme detail, like what you actually need to take care of before next Monday. would you like to continue making an issue of it, or would you like to acknowledge that like you came at me with full violence and like didn't look at literally any other part of the email, only the one that made you feel self-righteous? That individual wrote, "I it's good," and then did not speak to me again. But like this is the thing. Like, yeah, did I make a mistake in the email? Yeah. Am I trying to like constantly do like 3 weeks worth of work each week? Yes. Am I probably like way ahead of the curve on like where all my coworkers are? Almost definitely. Am I still way behind on everything? Yeah, this thing I've been complaining about since the start of the year is awful. They did such a bad job, I can't explain it to you. But like they've just ruined my life, man. Like like I'm a person who does not routinely get headaches. I've gotten headaches like every day this week. I am like constantly feeling eye strain. I like can't be awake. It sucks, man. Mistakes happen, to err is human, to purr is cat. That's so true. And the thing is, like, I'm acting upset because people aren't doing anything. But like normally I have a really high tolerance for people like not being as good at stuff as I am. And I don't say that to be like I think I'm perfect, because I'm not. But just like I hold myself to a high standard because I think everyone should hold themselves to a high standard. Um but like the issue is that like there have been so many people, and it's not just that it's been an incredibly huge volume of people not doing what they're supposed to do, like way more than is usually the case. Like normally there's some like being a little generous to how frustrating it usually feels like. I'm gonna say like maybe like 40% of people are normally screwing up something to a noteworthy degree. That's still less than half. Now it's like 90. It's like no one is doing anything correctly. So like that sucks. But the thing that really has been dragging me through the seafloor mud is the fact that like all I do is try to be as like empathetic to people as possible. And then they like blow me off until I absolutely can't do anything more for them. And then the only energy they come back at me with is like, well, obviously, like I need more time, and the fact that like I ignored all of your emails and every instruction you ever sent me, like shouldn't be taken into account. The fact you've been trying to contact me for 2 weeks and I literally did nothing until today doesn't mean you should like threaten me to cancel my services. And it's like it means exactly that. It means exactly that. A lot of people are struggling even cognitively. Yeah. But like I shouldn't be the only person who suffers the results of that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying everyone should be perfect. I literally like started this rant with like being alive in 2026 sucks, and I never expect anything good to happen again until we solve the housing crisis with life-size Wailords. But like it definitely doesn't need to be the case that everyone only hates Vasco all the time and spends their time doing nothing other than like thinking of ways to make me upset, and then launching like sneak attacks and like only calling during my lunch break and not leaving a voicemail, and just like every triggering thing you could do. I take like so little time for myself in the midst of this work, and you're gonna call me like 3 times while I'm trying to eat a bowl of cereal for my lunch. I ask so little of this world. You don't understand. You really, I don't. It's so hard for people to understand. I'm not a hoity-toity, highfalutin guy. This flare on is the wildest purchase I've probably ever made. Is it frivolous? Yeah, but like normally I'm like I shouldn't spend $20 for a thing that'll make me happy, which is how we settled on Pokemon Leaf Green version, because I was thinking, God, I'd love to buy that, and then it was Pokemon Day, and like somehow the internet had convinced me that there was some possibility they were gonna like shadow drop the launch of some Pokemon something or other, which I knew wasn't likely, but I was like, I'm gonna watch this announcement video today and see if that happens, and it didn't. And then I went on Discord and I was like, hey, it's Pokemon Day. You want some Pokemon? And chat was like, I guess. And here we are. Now I spent $20 on this and I've justified it to myself somehow. Let's play a video game. I won't make you sit through this loop again unless Zacula really wants it. He was asking so bad to just keep listening to the theme song loop. We can have a little as a treat. I can move the little window over. Do we want this centered? Do we want like a little like Vasco purple border? What do I need for that? I need to unlock this. So this game's like 4x3. The reason for that is because... Wait a minute. Do I not have a thing here? I guess I don't normally need it, huh? What's that called? Hey, hang on a second. What's that thing? What is it called? Media source? No, not media source. Image? Yeah, it's image. Add existing, add standby logo. We'll have to... That's gonna have to go way further down the list, you understand, but that's what I wanted. Put that, like... Hang on. Okay. Okay, that's where I want. It's not very good, is the thing. It's not great. We could just leave it centered. I don't know. Do you care? Do you care if we get a little purple? Or, if, I mean, like, you get to see the whole square this way. That's probably better. Okay. Let's play Pokemon Leaf Green. So, welcome to the Kanto region. This game is based on the original Pokemon games, Red and Blue. It has slightly updated mechanics. A lot of people love this. People are very fond of the Game Boy Advance generation, which, I mean, that's generations... Let me think about this. That's 3, 4, and 5, I think, are Game Boy Advance. People tend to like those and the DS ones. No, 5 is DS. That's just 3 and 4, huh? 4's a weird generation. Anyway, the game starts with, like, telling you what the controls are. These obviously don't match because this is a remaster. It's not a remaster. It's a remake for the Nintendo Switch. So all the buttons are wrong. Don't worry about it. In the world which you are about to enter, you will embark on a grand adventure with you as the hero. Speak to the people and check things wherever you go, be it towns, roads, or caves. Gather information and hints from every source. New paths will open to you by helping people in need, overcoming challenges, and solving mysteries. At times, you will be challenged by others and attacked by wild creatures. Be brave and keep pushing on. Through your adventure, we hope that you will interact with all sorts of people and achieve personal growth. Unlikely on a day like today. That is our biggest objective. Press the A button and let your adventure begin. I just realized I could probably just, like, overlap an edge of the purple to the side of the box. That might look a little better. That would require me to... Hold on. I do this annoying thing, and then I do this annoying thing. Then it looks at least a little more intentional, but it's still really bad. Why is it white up at the top? It probably, like, should... You know what? I think that's fine. I can't even tell that it's not quite right because I'm sort of blocking the way. Alright. Hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited by weird little mouse things. They're all called Pokemon collectively. For some people, they're pets. Others use them to battle. I studied them as a profession. Built out of culinary school. I got my doctorate, but I'm not a real doctor. First, tell me a little about yourself. Are you boy or girl? Chat, make all the choices. What do you want? Do you want this to be a Nuzlocke? Do you want this to be you just tell me what we catch? I don't care. We're playing Pokemon. And you let it happen, and I am mad. So just, what would you like? And I think internet connection dipped for a second, and we dropped some frames as a result. But we're good. Girl. Okay. Boy, but I will not try. Well, I think we're obliged to try, so I think we're girl. That's fine. What is our chat? What collectively are we known as? What is us? What am we? The name is Goyle? I say neither, and we sit and listen to the Pokemon music. That is like a choice, I guess. Yeah, girl. I think Gen 3 is when they added the ability to choose boy or girl. I think Gen 2 you were still just boy always. Name Buttsworth. Well, we only get 7 characters, because otherwise I was going to default name the rival Hogturd, which we could do by, like, removing a vowel or something. Vascolina. Pretty sure Vascolina is too long. But, I mean, we can, I mean, we could do, like, Vasquina. That sounds bad. And that, like, that, it doesn't, it seems like a medical term. Vasca. What Sarah said, boobies. Yeah, I mean, I suppose. Actually, this is a great test. I've heard that they added censorship. Someone tried to put, like... Someone posted on Reddit trying to, like, name their rival, like, Dickhead or something, and it was like, so, you want to name your rival Green, right? I'm actually a little curious if this'll... Yeah, there you go. Look at that. See? Look at that. Game Freak said no boobies. Can you believe that? Can you believe what... Never forget what Game Freak took from you. Okay? Yeah, the added says, I'm pretty sure this was not in the original. Like, I think many people have done many rude names in the original, so this came up, like, immediately. Wait, are numbers even allowed? Oh, no. I accidentally... Hold on, I have to restart the entire game, because I said yes to June, because I thought I was saying yes to rename it. Don't worry, we're like 4 seconds into the game. You all can think about what you want to name us in case numbers aren't an option. Blame free. Yeah, I mean, I'm not... Listen, I didn't say it, but I'm not arguing against it, you know? Taking the freak out of Game Freak. But yeah, basically. Eventually, we might play some Pokemon. Alternatively, we may just talk about Wailord for another, like, 3 hours. I have lost sense of time. It might be, like, 3 hours. I don't know. I forgot, like, how much, like, pretext there was. Like, I don't think any of the other games ever have, like, a preamble like that. That's like, talk to people and help them and stuff. Her name is Prude. Name your character Jim regardless of gender. Like Pat? Like the very popular SNL sketch Pat? It's Pat? No, there's lowercase. Ah, there are numbers. Do we want... Do you think? Do you think? Huh. They didn't put that much thought into it, did they? My name is Matt. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. You have no say in this. What was his name? Do anyone remember what his name was? I feel like I wasn't around. I feel like we're doing a Dawn from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I feel like this character has been introduced into my life whole cloth. Okay, now again, we get 7 characters, and we're immediately jumping to 8-letter names. That hasn't changed in the last 2 minutes. Can he be? I mean, he could be Hogturd if we take a letter out of it. Like, Hog TRD or something. It says, I always call him Stinker because he always wants to smell you later. You know what also smells later is Hogturd. Hogturd is 7, isn't it? Why do I think of it as 8? I feel like I'm normally entering it in 8-letter passwords in video games. Well, I suppose that being true, there's really no alternative, huh? This is a Hogturd. Didn't censor that one for some reason. Now I remember my own grandson's name is Hogturd. I have words for my son and or daughter. Boobies, your legend is about to unfold. Who has a better story than Boobies the Pokemon trainer, huh? Wait. Let me go check the PC real quick. Give me that free potion. I might need it later. What would you like to do? Leave. I aspire for running shoes. Sweet NES. I mean, the Pokemon games have a storied history of archiving every Nintendo console ever to exist. All girls dream of traveling. It said so on TV. I have no reason to question that. Professor Oak next door was looking for you. Very well. I don't actually remember if I, like, have to try to find him first, or if I think I do. I think I have to, like, look for him and then go in the grass, and he's like, hold on. You'll die. It's only Boobies. Gramps isn't around. Why is this child so concerned about whether his grandfather has boobies? That's just weird, man. Hey, wait, don't go out. Girls like to go on adventures, but they don't like to go out or something. It's unsafe. Use your own Pokemon for protection. It's true that a woman going on an adventure should probably bring protection. That's true. Come with me! Second says, I saw someone claim once that Professor Oak is sleeping with Ash's mom. You only saw that once? I know you're not big into Pokemon, but it's very funny. Because it's like it's a very long-running sort of meme. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Hogturd? Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Boobies. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! Sorry, I thought of like a Garfield comic that was really good. The Pokemon are held in these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now I only have these 3, which means I'm very bad at my job. Choose one. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Hogturd. You can have one, too. One Hogturd? Okay, chat. There's 3 Pokemon here. If you're new, let's take a look at them. This one's Bulbasaur. He's kind of on the cover of this game. You want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? Or maybe... I don't know if you've heard of this guy before. He's called Squirtle. He's a turtle. He's adorable. We all love him. That's a choice we could make. Alternatively, there's this guy. Charmander. You've probably seen this guy around here. What do you want, chat? Imagine you get a shiny starter. I saw someone post on the... I think just like the plain Pokemon subreddit that they were shiny hunting Bulbasaur, and they got it in like 2 soft resets, which is like... That's pretty insane. These are some, like, true full odds back in Gen 3. It's not none of this modern nonsense where they keep cutting the number in half. Where are these weird starters and where's my Pomeranian? Important questions. Hog turd has a hog father. One is led to assume, yeah. Television says, if we don't pick the Squirtle, I burn this chat down. Well, I do have a representative locally who is interested in saying a couple of words on the subject of which starter we should choose. Squirtle! Squirtle! I do feel like I actually see the most support for Squirtle. I was happy to pick whatever, whatever people said. Very mixed reactions to the puppet. When did I get a Squirtle puppet? My sister got it for me for Christmas. I don't show it off much because I know it makes Neko in particular very unhappy. And I think other people are also not necessarily big fans of it. So I think collectively we have selected Squirtle. I can't imagine that anything I've ever done would have swayed that choice. So a question I have is our goal to like get as far as possible in one stream? Are we Nuzlocke it? Like what sort of thing do people want to do? Because like I'm open to whatever you actually want to see, having indulged me in just like doing this at all. And now my webcam is frozen, but the rest of the stream isn't. That was weird. It's somehow that didn't break OBS, but the encoder got real mad for a second. Go to the... I mean, if we just want to do a full playthrough, that's fine. I don't think we're doing that in one sitting. I have watched a couple of videos on how people speedrun this game, and it does involve choosing Squirtle, believe it or not. You're choosing the water Pokemon Squirtle I have. Also, guys, what's this one's name? Boobies received the Squirtle from Oak. Yeah, I mean, Shaq had certainly... I was, like, thinking of, like... I don't know, giving, like, priority to people who, like, highlight messages to, like, choose names or something. I don't know if, like, first come, first serve is sufficient. Obviously, we give it a nickname. Is Vandalism the suggested nickname? Squirt is good. It's short, it's simple, it's to the point. I like it. What about Milk the Squirtle? Inseparable from Boobies. I mean, Milk is life. If you really think about it from the perspective of 5 hearts under one roof. Get more letters for your Pokemon than for yourself? Yeah, because Pokemon is life. And, well, no, I mean, Boobies are too, really. Compromise Milk Squirt. Chat, how does Chat feel about Milk Squirt? I'll do it. I do hate it. I'm not opposed to it, except on, like, ethical grounds. Really split camp on... I don't know. I feel like Milk Squirt is making enough people who aren't into Milk Squirt unhappy enough. I'm gonna name it Milk. And I feel like this is appropriate because we did not that long ago play 5 Hearts Under One Roof. And if you weren't here for that, it's an insane video game, but for some reason everything in it is named Milk. So why not Milk the Squirtle? You know, when you put it that way, it does sound worse. Okay, Hogturd has received the Bulbasaur. Exactly. I think you should buy 5 Hearts Under One Roof and then get Grand's quote-unquote secret ending. You should not view it in chat, I don't think. You don't want an audience for that. Wait, boobies, check out our Pokemon. I'll take you on. So we've decided there's like none rails on us, right? Oh, Hog Turd sent out Bulbasaur. Now, it's important we have selected the potion. Oh, for Pete's sake, so pushy as always, boobies. You've never had a battle before, have you? Oh, that's very presumptuous. Look, this is the tutorial. There's their health. It's over there. You're trying to reduce it to 0. Make them take a nap. Aggressively. Try a battle and see for yourself. So, like, I'm not sure I've gotten a clear sense of whether people are... I think people just want to see the end of the game, but I think people also are aggressively trying to get me to do a 24-hour stream that I'm not, like, mentally healthy enough to even entertain on short notice. So we have a potion if we need it. The first battle is, like, notoriously coin flip adjacent. Because if, like, your opponent just gets, like, one good critical hit or something, you'll often lose if you don't match them on it. Typically, I think you're best off just doing your attack, because if they do get a critical hit, it'll ignore, like, stat downs, and if you happen to get a critical hit, the more attacks you make, the more likely it is to happen, etc., etc. No use tackle. It's like the damage on the foe is good, because of the reasons I mentioned earlier about knocking them out. See, opponent got a critical hit. It's so rude. It's so today. Also, we're speed tied, which is, like, not great for me, probably. Oh, Vasco show the grand ending. I actually will. I talked about this during the Complex, I think, which was, like, the FMV game we played last week. I am happy to do, like, an entire, like, portion of a stream where all I do is show you the endings to 5 Hearts Under One Roof, if you want that. But it would help for my life to not be on fire, because, like, that will actually take a lot of time to prepare. Really upset about the nature of the speed time, the critical hit. Oh, they missed! That was unlikely. That's actually more unlikely than a critical hit. Critical hit is like 1 in 16 chance. Miss on tackle is 1 in 20. It's literally a nat 1 on a D&D roll. And we won the speed tie. We're amazing. Now we're level 6. Trying to gauge what our nature is, but I can't tell. What? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. I got $80. A pittance. Hardly a fraction of a Wailord. I'm just ignoring this tutorial text. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Boobies, Gramps, smell you later. It's really... I mean, you're gonna need consent for that, is the thing, I think. Just showing the endings wouldn't be long. It's true. I mean, it depends a little bit on... I mean, I don't think any of the versions would be extremely long, because, like, I wouldn't stream the entire path on how to get all of them. The idea is that I would, like, unlock all of them and then, like, play those clips from the gallery. There's, like, a little bit of branching to, like... I think there tends to be, like, a mediocre and a good ending once you've achieved an ending. Like, if you, like, say a wrong thing at the last minute, you get a worse ending or whatever. It's like a big ask that isn't worth it. I mean, it's a lot of work, to be fair. Like, it's the reason why I'm like, people need to actually want it. Like, it's not trivial. It would take me, like, a not insignificant amount of time to do it. Okay, so now, this game does a weird thing. First, let's go talk to Mom, because it's the correct thing to do at all times. Hi, Mom in chat, hello. Sorry for the stream crashing, and apparently you weren't able to see chat to know that I was trying to tell people that everything was broken. But it's fine, we haven't had a technical issue in like 4 whole minutes or something. I did talk I think I talked in stream back and probably also during the Complex about what a nightmare it was just to get the grand ending, because like the walkthroughs for the grand ending for 5 Hearts Under One Roof, they're wrong. They're all wrong. They all tell you like a specific set of like 12 things to do. And if you do, like, one of the ones that they all list, you can't get the ending. You literally have to do something other than what the guide tells you. It's very annoying. Rather do the complex before 5 hearts. But the complex doesn't have a good infrastructure. It would mean just replaying it over and over. And I think you drastically overestimate how fun that would be once you know most of the stupid things that happen in the plot. Okay, so this game kind of like lets you loose. It's honestly one of the more open-ended Pokemon games, which is, I think it doesn't get enough credit for. Where's the free potion guy? I thought he was like right in this corner, but I guess he's a little further up. Go, Milk. Echo says, I can't remember what the complex is, even though you played it last week. Yeah, it's the complex. That's what it is. It's like an exploding toilet, a plot thread that's so stupid it made me swear, and then, like, an incredibly stupid ending where a character was secretly a spy because reasons? So if you talk to this person, you get another free potion. I definitely don't know, like, all of the, like, hidden items or important characters to talk to, but, like, I know a bunch of them. It'll be great to have the running shoes. I don't really want to be in the grass right now. Grass is where the Pokemon appear. It's mentioned at some point. Didn't get the town map. That's fine. I don't really need it. So, like, the game doesn't really, like, tell you what to do at first, but if you go up to this first town, and then you go to the shop, as if to buy, like, Pokeballs or something to, like, start adventuring, this random guy's like, hey, you know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can you take it to him? Booby's got a box to give to Prof. So now you can go back, and then this kind of, like, actually starts your adventure. I did miss the map, but, like, the map doesn't, like, do anything. Like, I could get the map, but, like, I do also have to go back to Pallet Town to return Professor Oak's parcel. This is one of the few Pokemon games that, like, the map really does nothing for me. Like, a bunch of them, like...
Giraffe.
The naming scheme is, like, so unhelpful to me that I'm like... This is where the Treehouse Town is. I don't know what it's called. Stuff like that. Running shoes or bike. Bike takes a little bit longer to get, but, like, running shoes you don't get until after the first gym.
3 syllables, 6 letters. Kodaka.
Oh, your Squirtle had, like, 2 battles. You must be awesome. I gave him a box. Portree City. Sure, whatever. That's fine. My point is, I don't know that name, and I don't need to know that name. Graham! I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Alright, I have a request for you two. On the desk there is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. It's a Poképedia. It's a Bulbapedia, if you will. Booby's received the Pokédex from Oak. I was considering...
Shall we sculpt some flesh friends, then?
We can name game the Pokemon to the extent that the name can fit or be explained in 7 characters. I wasn't expecting Mystery to summon a birthday declaration.
Ole!
The delayed Ole. You must catch them all. It's in the slogan. You must do it. You're legally obligated. You've signed a contract. Booby's put the ball in the pocket. Nobody snickered or made any goofs or giggles. Make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, but I'm too old. Do it for me, please. Please do my dream. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm very old. More dialogue. Boobies, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. Said no one ever. Who would say something like that?
I don't need a map to get to Bone Town.
Honestly, our rival's gotta be like the dumbest person that's ever lived. No wonder we hate them so much.
Leonard Steak Charmer, huh?
I know, I'll borrow a town map from Sis. And I'll tell her not to lend you one.
Big titty.
I can't imagine what could possibly be happening in the show. I mean, I guess the town map is like a key item in this game. So just to demonstrate this, look, you see that on the table there? That's the town map. This is Hogturd's sister. Grandpa asked you to run an errand. That's lazy of him. This will help you. There you go. Town map from Daisy. I'm gonna leave now. I heard all girls want to go on an adventure. Or they just want to have fun. Or I think snacks was called in chat. So I think I do have Pokeballs now. Yeah, they come with the Pokedex. So like, what's the plan? Do we just want to catch cool stuff? Do we want to Nuzlocke? What do you want, chat? What kind of thing? Because like we might encounter like a Pidgey like right now.
Anyway, beep.
So like we gotta make a judgment call. Girls just want to have fun in socially acceptable animal fighting tournaments. Obviously, correct. You know what? Here, while we're contemplating that, I was recently, well, I mentioned that like I just happened on some like Gen 3 Pokemon speedrunning videos recently. And there was apparently like a major breakthrough, like I think not that long ago, like within the last like 2 years or something, where they realized that like a massive improvement could be made over the previous way that people speedran like Fire Red and Leaf Green, which involved choosing Squirtle. But the way to improve like the mid game that was like inconsistent and slowing people down, because like you pretty much just choose like one Pokemon and battle the whole game with it to speedrun it. But like the thing that helps is if you give an item called Black Glasses to your Squirtle so that its bite attack gets stronger. So the way to like successfully speedrun Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green is a Squirtle with sunglasses. It's the Squirtle Squad. It's unbelievable that this just happens to be true. I believe chat is split somewhere between literally catch all of them and I don't care, I just want it to be fun. Nuzlocke has been ruled out, it would seem. I don't think I one-shot you. You really don't need to weaken like a level 3. Like level 3 Pokemon are meant to be really easy to catch. They tell you to like weaken stuff, but you don't really have to do that for a little while. Nuzlocke would risk us losing our milk forever. It would. Also, it seems that not a single soul in chat wants that. Rattata bites anything when it attacks. Small and very quick, it is a common sight in many places. Give a nickname to the rat? What is it? What is it, chat? What do you think the rat's called? Can we do a Squirtle only game? Literally the way speedrunners play this game is Squirtle only. It is a girl rat. We could call it Nina. I mean, do people want? Like, I don't know how to, like, legitimately... We're obviously not on a speedrun pace. We got ourselves a rat. By the way, how's the volume? I had to do it in post because there's no in-game volume controls because it's a Game Boy Advance game from 2004. We already have one of these. I'm not catching it. You can't make me, you won't make me. Volume's good? Okay. I said it so that, like, the loudest thing in the game was pretty quiet. But, like, if you can hear what's going on, it's probably fine. And by the loudest thing in the game, I mean, like, the title music. Because, like, all video games, that's just it. There's no Pidgeys in this version of the game that I've downloaded, it turns out. They just, they censored Pidgey. It was too obscene. I will say that if people want to like get to the end of this game in a remotely timely fashion, we're not necessarily speedrunning this, but like we may like not equally level party members the way I like normally do obsessively or something along those lines. So I think it's possible to go straight into the optional rival battle, but that is like a heinously bad thing to do. You can sneak off to... This is the entrance to Route whatever, right? I get where he triggers, though.
I don't need a map to get to Bonetown.
Like, we would definitely lose that fight. I've had my coffee, and that's what I need to get going. What's that red box you have? You're working on your Pokedex? Let me give you a word of advice. Whenever you catch a Pokemon, the Pokedex automatically updates its data. Hey, here's the question. So, Professor Oak, like, just invented this thing, right? I mean, maybe not just, but, like, it sounds like it's not in common use because he just has a couple on his desk and it sounds like they're proprietary. So how does this, like, random old guy in the next town over know exactly how it works? That's kind of weird, isn't it? You don't know how to catch a Pokemon? False, I literally just did it. I already did. Yeah, this is the tutorial guy. I don't understand how he knows how the Pokedex works. What's that about? This one drives itself. A lot of the later ones don't. He had a premonition when he fell down. Long tutorial. I mean, all Pokemon games are really just a long tutorial if you think about it. I think Oak is lying to a 10-year-old to make them feel better, like giving a dog a vest. It's an interesting comparison. Tell me, that was educational, was it not? Take this too. You obtained the Teachy TV. Boobies took the TV for later. If there's something you don't understand, ask Reddit. I'm gonna really enjoy having the running shoes. I'll tell you what. Well, first off, nope, I'm still on bag. First off, I'm gonna save. First things first, save. Second things second, we're not leaving this forest without a Pikachu, since we've already caught something. We're gonna get that Pikachu. Because I know that Demolition will want the Pikachu, and also, my sister works for Pokemon, Pikachu is her favorite Pokemon, it just seems disingenuous not... Now, Pikachu does not appear very frequently in the Viridian Forest. It would have been really funny if the first encounter was Pikachu, though. I would have enjoyed that. That would have, you know, that would have been one of those, like, streamer karma things where I'm like, now we might be here a while, and then it just shows up. I didn't know that, Demolition. You had all the Pika things growing up. I assumed your interest in Pikachu was largely because of your interest in all things my sister fandom. Continuity. What's funny is, like, I think between my sister and I, we had all of the, like, Pikachu consoles, but, like, neither one of us has all of them, I think. I might maybe need to get more Pokeballs. This recalls Demolition spoiled for that. Man. So here's the thing. I am spoiled, for sure. My mom is in chat. You know what she's like. She buys me nice things all the time. But, like, there was, like, one time in high school where, like, some guy insisted I was, like, spoiled rotten. And, like, I think it just shows a fundamental misunderstanding. Like, he just knew the phrase and, like, insisted that it applied to me because he was too stupid to think critically about it. But, like, for one, I was, like, the only person who talked to this guy, who was, like, kind of a jerk. So, like, there's no shot that he should consider me rotten. Like, spoiled rotten is, like, when someone gets everything they want all the time, and as a result, like, have no need for, like, empathy. So they have to, like... So they never have to be, like, nice or figure out how to socialize with people, so they're just awful. Like, that's what spoiled rotten is. I am for sure spoiled. I legitimately don't believe there is a reasonable argument that I am spoiled rotten. We call this one Wormulus. I missed what the name game trigger was. Wormulus isn't bad. Oh no, it was Kotori wasn't it? Oh shoot, I didn't read the Pokedex entry. Give it a name? Yeah. What do you like, chat? Do you want Kotori the Beedrill? I don't remember how to spell that. That's probably right. Kotori. That's like... actual characters do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think that's enough, right? Appreciate how spoiled you are. I didn't have a childhood. Was the purpose of that entire rant not clear to acknowledge that? What is a Katoribako? It's some Japanese urban legend occult thing where you put like human remains in a box and it becomes cursed or something. I don't know. It's in No Sleep for Kaname Date. What about Wii? I mean, we could Wii. Why would you name your Weedle after that? Because someone redeemed it in the name game would be the reason to have done it. Do which, Jakey? Do you like Wii? Do you like Wormulus? Do you like the weird occult Japanese box? I'm not calling it 420. Seeing multiple votes for Shizzle. Seeing multiple votes for Wormy. A couple others. Someone give me a tiebreaker. I'm gonna have to remember how to roll a die on this thing. We can go 1, 2, 3 on Shizzle, 4, 5, 6 on Wormy. That thing always lags. Shizzle it is. I don't know about you. When I nickname Pokemon,
a new supervillain in town called the Banker.
I often like just using all caps. For some reason, I feel like when I do a first run in a game, I will like make their name more name-like, and then on any other run, I'm just like Shizzle in all caps. Okay, now I have to go into the Pokedex and find Shizzle. No, it's gonna be under Forest, huh? Often found in forests eating leaves. It has a sharp stinger on its head that injects poison. That girl is poison. Okay. Got a couple Pokeballs. I'll hang out here looking for Pikachu for a minute.
Anyway, beep.
Anyway, beep. Give some thought to what the Pikachu will be named when we obtain it. That's immediate. Yeah, I know what life is like, and the first time Poison Sting hits my Squirtle, it will be poison. There's nothing worse than poison milk. That's almost worth crying over. Gonna murder Shizzle's cousin right in front of him. You're saying I should switch into Shizzle and make them, like, responsible for it? It's a bold strategy.
I'll use this knife.
Demolition threatening chat with a knife if we don't name the Squirtle Daisy. And that's on every decision from Demolition tonight. He wants to fight. If I understand correctly, I think Demolition had to do like a work outing today. And if there's anything that's gonna... Wow, this is like this cursed Weedle. I must have accidentally downloaded Pokemon Poison Purple. But like, if anything's gonna make you violent, it's sure gonna be like a work outing, right? Does Demolition want to name Pikachu after Hogturd's sister? He actually wants to name it after the Pikachu in my sister's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu playthrough, is what he's doing. That was today. I don't know. Demolition made some mention of it to me today. It made me think it was today, but I'm not sure that's true. Can I buy antidotes yet? I think you must be able to get them before the forest, right? Did I waste a potion so that my Squirtle wouldn't faint and be sad? I did do that, yeah. Did I then let Nina from Pasadena faint like immediately afterwards? Yes. Diego says, if I was asked to go to a work outing, I would simply not. Sometimes the workplace makes it hard to do that. But, like, it is a good option if you can manage it. But would anyone agree to go on work outings? I mean, I'm pretty sure in the past, Demolition has specifically mentioned that his company has, like, made mandatory work outings. That, like, I don't know what the like, you would be fired? I don't know, but, like, obviously something bad. Give me, like, what do I have? Give me, like, 6 of these. Give me, like, 5. That's fine. Give me, like, 5 potions and then the rest in Pokeballs. Normally, you should buy, like, 10 Pokeballs at a time. I think by Gen 3, they get... Maybe it's not a Gen 3 thing. You get the Premier Ball for free. It's just like a bonus. Nico says she hates work culture so much in America. Yeah, think of how much we hate it here in America. I've been trying to, like, persuade myself to take a mental health day. Work has been so bad lately, and I haven't been able to, like, do it. Like, basically every day this week, I'm like, maybe today is the day. And then there's, like, something heinous in my inbox first thing in the morning, and I feel like I'm obliged to, like, resolve it, and then by the time that's done, I, like, look up and it's, like, noon, and I'm like, I guess I'm just working. What if our Pikachu is a boy? I am not sure that changes the math on Demolition's knife threat. Could be worse, could be Japanese work culture. Man, I forgot to, like, memorize the name of this new anime that I watched this week. It's called, like... It's called something like Yugi Boro. It's one of those ones in the new style of anime titles where, like, it has an insanely long description of what the thing is. So it's like Yugi Boro, playing death games to put food on the table. And it rules, but, like, it's apparently, like, simul-releasing with Japan, so, like, you only get 1 episode a week. It's, like, new, and it's stressing me out. I want to watch more of this show. I don't want to fight this Weedle. Is there an item? Yeah, there's an item over here. Hey, another Pokeball. Just like I drew it up. It's weird that green has so many Weedles in Kakuna, because, like, green is mostly analogous to blue, but blue has more, Caterpie and Metapod. A wild Kakuna is an excellent excuse to get some bonus XP on this mouse. If we're doing... I guess we can't not go because I've just done it, huh? So what, everyone in chat, what was your first Pokemon game? I know some people already mentioned. I think Jakey said blue. Mine was blue. Back in the beginning. Like, Pokemon interest is, like, one of the few things I claim, like, true hipster status on, because, like, at the time I was, like, subscribed to Nintendo Power, and, like, the first time, like, they had artwork in Nintendo Power about Pokemon, I was like, whatever this is, I really need this. And there were, like, I think they did maps, like, all the way through, like, Mount Moon in the Pokemon Power, like, before the game even released. So like I was like looking at all this stuff, being like, man, I really wish I could play that. And I remember like my mom taking me to buy Pokemon Blue, like after school one day, and like I played up to like Brock. I like got my first gym badge, and then like had to go to bed. And I was just like so hyped up, it was like impossible to sleep. Zachary says the title of this anime is very long and tells you the whole plot because it's based on a light novel, and that's what light novel titles are like due to marketing reasons. Is that the specific reason? I was never clear on that. I thought it was just like a trend in anime that had happened. Can't stop encountering these Weedles. Boop, 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 boop. Demotion says first game was red, then yellow, then gold for the mainline games. That's so interesting. It's like the opposite of what? Any particular reason why red Demolition? Was there like one of the version exclusives you liked, or just because it had like Charizard on the cover? Or Mom said she loves that I remember her taking me to buy Pokemon Blue. Oh yeah, that was a huge day for me. I also remember like various times that like my mom would just like take me to get Pokemon cards when they like first came out, and they were like actually in stock someplace, even though that must have absolutely sucked. Just being an adult now, I'm like, I can't imagine like a child just being like, can you like take me to do something really annoying after like a full work day just cuz? And my mom is just like always there for it. Just like red and brother got blue. That's fair. Got green somehow from a dad's work friend. One of my brother's friends gave me like a Japanese like Game Boy copy of Rockman for the Game Boy for reasons still completely unknown to me. There are Pikachu in this forest. You understand. I learned Bubble, I spit Bubble. Anime with a long title like that is based on a light novel. Light novel titles are more like synopses on the back of a Western book. That's so interesting. That really is genuinely very interesting to me. That also means that Bo Fury must have been based on a light novel. God bless America. I want you to understand that I have been hit with 3 poison stings and every single one of them poisoned me, and that an individual chance to be poisoned by a poison sting is 10%. I just want you to understand why I'm mad. Next time I use an item, I should not speed through it. I should show you the fun thing about it. Listen, I'm just gonna fight this guy. I don't know. You have Pokemon, let's battle. Okay. Your luck in gaming never disappoints. It's probably the only reason I have any success as a streamer is because you can like watch me play a thing and be like, wow, it must suck to be like that. So anyway. Unbelievable. I hit the 90% odds to not get poisoned that time. Can you believe that? I'm so lucky. This thing has 30% chance of poisoning. In Gen 3? I don't think that's true later. They do like adjust these things over time. Maybe it's like Gen 1 odds is 30%. Bubble is such like a funny move to like do any measurable amount of damage. Like spitting bubbles is a thing that like humans can do. It's gross. It might cause a little psychic damage, but it's not doing water type damage. "24 more minutes of work." Isn't that early? Don't you usually get off at midnight, I thought? Okay, I'm just gonna send out Caterpie. Yeah, go Shizzle. By the way, I'm playing this on my brand new, basically out-of-box Pro controller that my mom got me for Christmas. Because my mom does everything, all the time. It's really nice. It's actually a pretty marked improvement over the Pro Controller from the Switch 1. It just feels really slick. I took so much... Was that a critical hit? I'm paying so little attention. That one was a critical hit. Really, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have none at all. By the way, do you want me to put this on, set mode? Or anything? I kind of just... by default, it's on Switch, where, like, if your opponent brings in a new Pokemon, you get to switch for free. Traditionally, like, hard mode runs of Pokemon games are run in, set mode, which is the antithesis, where you're just stuck with what you get. Placing through this, you're too hard on yourself. For one, we actually made basically no progress. And for two, I'm more just annoyed that they're making it take longer by getting, like, high rolls on status effects and critical hits, like, in almost every encounter I've had so far. It's more an outlet for me to complain than to accept responsibility is what it is. Echo says I get off at 11. Well, buy me dinner first. I know that was a response to my question, but it stands nonetheless. I'll bubble this Metapod. Well, there, I got a critical hit when it wasn't at all useful to me. So, how do you like them apples? I guess I'll catch it. People said they wanted me to catch stuff. How about something like this? I'll catch everything, and then every time we get to a new town, you tell me what to use? I mean, at first we kind of just have everything in our back pocket, right? Wow, I didn't catch it? That sucks. That's so lame. Mixed company, how dare you? We literally named our character Boobs, and then when it wouldn't let us name it Boobs, we named it Boobs spelled out with numbers. This is the stream. We did it. We got the Metapod. Like, the least aggressive Pokemon in the franchise.
Metapod. This Pokemon is vulnerable to attack, while its shell is soft, exposing its weak and tender body.
Big same Metapod. You and me both. Alright, we gotta name this thing. Someone wanna name this Metapod? It's so hard. Metapod Facebook. It's so, like, hateful. The chat lag is the worst part of trying to request names for this. This isn't on you, it's just the nature of Twitch. I like that Sarah has suggested, and it's entirely possible this is a typo, but I like that Sarah has typed Peonid, which, well, no, I guess she has spelled it with an A in it, so that's probably intentional, right? Lime mold. Slime molds are cute. Metapod does not look cute. No, Sarah has changed it to Peonid with 2 E's. I like my mom's suggestion of potty, both because it references the Metapod directly, but also somehow still manages to sound like a toilet thing, which is for some reason where chat's at right now. I'm giving this one to my mom. She can have potty the Metapod. No, I understand, Sarah. It's like a Peonid. It's like a Kooker. It's like a Kook. Is this one a Pikachu? Nah, it's the 1000th Weedle. He gets a free gift certificate to the Piggly Wiggly for being the last one on Earth. Now, I did say we weren't leaving this forest until we got a Pikachu, so I guess this is just my lot in life. It's still a Weedle. It's a Weedle every time. I'm not. It's so much more annoying to do Viridian Forest when it's Weedle and not Caterpie. Caterpie makes your life so much easier. I really got to go back to town. Everything is like burnt or dead. I'm not catching the Caterpie because I already have the Metapod. You have something to fight the Pikachu with? Milk might struggle. Milk will be fine. Also, the sheer volume of Pokemon will be fine. I don't know, I was kind of hoping that Tempting Fate would bring out the Pikachu to test my might. You got it. I mean, I gotta catch the Pikachu. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna catch the Pikachu. I'm just saying that, like, I said I was gonna do it, and the first thing I said after that was basically, we could be here a while, but I am gonna heal everyone up so that, oh god, because I caught like a regular Metapod instead of evolving a Caterpie into a Metapod, it literally only knows Harden, so it's really sucks to try and level it up. It's really bad. It would be nice to have running shoes. The nice thing is, like, once we get to Pewter City, is probably, like, super duper easy to beat Brock with a Squirtle. Even if I'm, like, not hitting every encounter. Need that XP share. It like, hurt my soul and turned my bones into dust when, like, I saw all of these, like, PSA posts on Reddit of people being like, so, for people who, like, only got into Pokemon in the last, like... like 22 years, here's some things you should know about like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and among them they're like, you don't like automatically get experience share, and like a bunch of other like things that were like added as like quality of life changes that like I don't even like in the new games, and I'm like, oh, people might be upset about that. 17 minutes. Now, I assume that you're saying 17 minutes until you get off work, Zacula. But, I acknowledge it's possible at 17 minutes the amount of time we spent looking for a Pikachu. A fun thing about the new Pro Controller is it has like weird extra back buttons that are like on the back of the control. I don't know what those are for, but I accidentally press them constantly. So I'm glad they don't seem to be mapped to anything of significant importance. Wait till people try to figure out why their level 50 Eevee isn't evolving to Umbreon and Esperon. Oh, that was like the first PSA I saw. It was people were like, there's no clock in this game, so you can't like have perfect happiness at day or night. So you can't have Umbreon or Espeon. Forest has Pikachu, supposedly. Yes! I assume you're saying that in the sense that we've been here a while already, but that is the reason why we're still here. Oh, it does suck trying to level up low-level Pokemon, huh? Guess a little bit easier when, like, even the lowish level Pokemon you're catching are at least relatively self-sufficient. But, like, the damage and health and stuff scale at, like, such an annoying rate early on. Alright, this next one, I feel it. This next one's a Pikachu, for sure. This time, for sure. Nah, it was Weedle again. There's no nature of your Pokemon either? I don't... Is that true? I thought natures were in by 3. Did we... No, Twitch seems to have failed. My internet looks fine. Chat has disconnected. Hang on. Let's look at our Pokemon. Let's look at a summary of Milk. No, I got a quiet nature, which I think is okay. What other natures do I have? Hardy, I don't remember. Quirky is neutral. Docile, I think, is also neutral. Chat is disconnected from reality. That was true the whole time. Well, good. I'm glad people can see me even though chat briefly disconnected. Oh, for God's sake. What is it, a 5% chance? A 3% chance? It's not great. It is a low percent chance to get that Pikachu. That sweet, sweet Pika. Nicholas says, she meant more that the friendship system is really easy. That's true. It did take a lot more effort before. But it is also the case you literally cannot get an Umbreon or Espeon in specifically this game. Oh, you meant the original games in nature. The notes I was talking about were like for people who like played, you know, like Sword and Shield or like Scarlet and Violet as their first games, who like have these like weird things like the always on experience share and stuff. All you gotta do is roll the equivalent of either a critical hit or a critical fail while in the overworld, and we'll get that Pikachu. Which, with my luck, you would think was very manageable. You only got 20,000 more Weedles to go. That is one of my favorite novels. 20,000 Weedles Under the Sea. Take Umbreon and Espeon from other games. I mean, like like that's kind of a complicated question because, like, with the originals, you could like use the Nintendo DS to like transfer an Umbreon or Espeon from like Gold, Silver, or Crystal to Fire Red or Leaf Green. But, like, with the infrastructure that's involved with these, like, re-releases, I think no. I think there's probably not a way to do that. I don't believe you can transfer things from Pokemon Home into this version of Pokemon Leaf Green, but you can transfer from this version of Pokemon Leaf Green into Pokemon Home, which is the thing that can transfer to a bunch of other games. But, like, there's not a lot of things that can transfer into this other than other copies of Fire Red and or Leaf Green, I assume. Says, I don't know the name, but the one Salem's playing right now has you talk to God in the first 5 minutes. That's Pokemon Legends Arceus. Then he sends you to Edo era Japan and tells you to catch Pokemon. Which is exactly what God would do if he spoke to you directly. That was your understanding. You understood correctly. That is what that game is. It's deeply confusing. This Caterpie seeks death. I was like gonna switch out if I took damage. It just keeps lowering my speed and doing nothing else.
Trixie the giraffe neck girl from Scranton.
Aggressive sound drop that is. Alright, Pikachu? Pikachu? Nah. Another Arceus style game. I mean, we have ZA, kind of. I know it's different. I'm gonna be honest, like, Old Man Yells at Cloud Take, I appreciate that people are excited about the Legends series, and I like ZA a lot more than I like Arceus, but, like, those are Vasco things. But, like, I really, like, I'm gonna be really upset if the mainline game ever moves away from this core RPG system. From Scranton. Where mystery do you expect to find a giraffe neck girl named Trixie? Do not like the donut DLC for ZA. To be honest, I still haven't completed the main game because I've spent, like, no time doing anything good ever. That being said, it looked like trash. I was really not excited about it. When they, like, started showing stuff from it, I was like, oh, no. Like, donuts are cool, but, like, every, like, Pokemon food making mechanic ever has been trash garbage. I'll do it. I shouldn't. Legends is a mainline game. I don't think I made the distinction of mainline game. I understand that they consider both Legends games mainline. I will say, to me, a mainline game has this RPG system as its core basis. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying those are the games I value the highest. And I will be upset if they're ever like, we're not doing that anymore. We're only doing some, like, weird thing. Notice how I've never poisoned something with Poison Sting. Is Pikachu in the area you're in? Yes, it is. It is. It's rare. It finally tackled... It took like 2 entire Caterpies for one of them to attempt to damage me. But the DLC would have an original world to explore. I mean, I think we all hope for that. And they definitely chose like the most budget-conscious way of layering a new area on top of the city. Which is to literally just be like, it's the city, but the color is worse. And the numbers went up. And I say that as someone who hasn't even, like, played it firsthand, but it's like, it's not what you want it to be. Like, I've never heard anyone be like, yes, this Donut DLC is the thing that I wanted. Some people are like, it has more pocket monsters, and as a result, I am going to buy it. But I've never seen someone be like, yes, this was all my hopes and dreams. Disgusting they charge for it because they advertised the DLC before the game came out. Yep, absolutely hate when they do that. One of these days you might find a Pikachu. Chat, I will give you the executive power that if enough of you are sick of looking for the Pikachu, we can leave, but I don't intend to leave without the Pikachu, is what I will say. Since 2 of my Pokemon are weak, I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center. I know it sucks, but I can't make the Pikachu happen more. I can only apparently make computers restart without touching them. In my super sad old man rant about my week and how everyone's been mean to me, I didn't mention that 3 of the 5 days this week, my work computer has restarted itself twice for Windows updates, and then once just like I opened a tab to do some work and it just restarted. Don't know why. Wasn't like anywhere near a part of the Windows menu that would cause it to restart. Wasn't like pressing the Windows key and a series of random buttons that might cause that to happen. Which even if I was, I would hope there would be an additional layer of like, are you sure you want to spontaneously restart your computer? But alas, it happened. And it just sucks because like, in order to like maximize my workflow, I have like a really precise way. I have all my like windows set up and I have like a bunch of things I have to open like simultaneously. It's not entirely dissimilar to streaming in that particular way. And like it just like really set back my work and like made me deeply upset. Just because it keeps happening. So it says, I haven't been playing a lot of games lately. The only thing I'm looking forward to is the Rogue Trader DLC. That name is familiar. I don't think I know that game. Hey guys, it's Caterpie. Interesting that we're seeing, like, considerably more Caterpie the last handful of encounters. Boy, you just take so much damage trying to do, like, a single, like, low-level fight. It's very annoying. I think after this one, like, no level grinding at all until we get to Pikachu. I think we just maximize for encounters. Oh, it's a brand newer computer, and that computer is compatible with Windows 11, which has a completely separate set of annoying, like, Windows-related things it does from my old computer. Which, like, somehow still installed window updates, but then when I, like, boot up the computer after the update, they're like, there aren't any more Windows updates. And then it'll just do it again, like, 2 weeks later. Oh, Rogue Trader is a CRPG game set in Warhammer 40k. I have definitely heard of that. It's a high-level Weedle. Would have been nice for me to catch that. donk, 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 donk. Hey guys, it's a Weedle. How about Big Zam? Hey, you know what? It's like the end of February. Anyone have any like cool accomplishments they want to talk about? We did this at the end of January and people liked it. I was thinking of like setting up a channel point redemption to just like basically like ask for the floor to talk about something cool that happened. It would set off the hang on, no, I left that on the other page. This one. Oh no, I accidentally hit the like new experimental camera button I haven't configured. I made 2 of me. Hey, look, a Caterpie. Survived, stayed out of jail, didn't get kidnapped. It's 2026. That's a lot of accomplishment for a single person. Accomplished not dropping out of your classes. And like presumably also like attending a reasonable amount of them. It's Metapod. It's actually fine to fight. It's fine to grind Metapod because it doesn't have any damaging moves. Actually, if you really while I grind on this Metapod, look what I can do. Whoa. Oh, one of those didn't. There we go. I had an idea of how I could like more easily move my camera around the screen, but I haven't like really sorted them out properly. Here's a related question. Do we like the square dimension Vasco box or like the letterbox dimension?
And
I've
naturalist
done
John
both.
Muir, huh?
I don't know if people have a preference. Like the square takes up a little less screen real estate. I think I kind of prefer it for that reason. But like if people like keeping the dimensions whatever, I can take that under advisement. And I finally poisoned something. It only took me like 80 poison stings. As opposed to me getting poisoned by like the first 4 consecutive poison stings. For this, I like square. I'm kind of asking generally, though. I mean, the square obviously fits real good right there. Honestly, if I made it slightly bigger, it'd fit a little better, but I can't be bothered. Alright, I'm level 6. Now it's time for Pikachu. You aren't centered in it? Okay, well, so the problem is, if we consider what it would mean to be centered, for one, it would, like, ruin the whole feng shui of everything. In order for me to be centered, I would either have to just, like, crop everything out and remain completely motionless, or, like, catch some of the wall with the window behind it. Like, it's, like, I understand and appreciate the sentiment. Like, logistically, it doesn't work good. You know what I've heard, Vasco? It's hip to be a square. You know, I have heard that before. Hey, this one's not Pikachu. Can we have only Flareon and make it seem like you're making it talk? What makes you think I'm incapable of making the Flareon talk? See, it's been here the whole time. Now, I've got a little bit of a problem. What happens if I poison it? Oh, no. Okay, didn't get poisoned, but, like, immediately dropped it to catch level. Also, it is a girl Pikachu with a girl... I think they had the girl Pika-tail by... No, they didn't! What gen did they add girl Pika-tail? It was a little later. Yeah, this one's gonna be more annoying to catch. That's fine. Pikachu's basically like the only special attacker in the game until I don't know, like Weepin' Bell? Bellsprout, I guess? Pikachu's data was added to the Pokedex. Pikachu.
When several of these Pokemon gather, their electricity can build and cause lightning storms. Gen 4. I didn't think it was that much later. Interesting, though. Who's excited for Mr. Windy Chew and Miss Waveachew? Daisy does not need a map to get to the beach. This is established lore. Okay, so listen. Is using a potion on this Pikachu I just caught efficient, like, at all? Nah, but I kind of want to train it while we're still in the forest. And I for sure don't want to go back to town if we can avoid it after going back like 6 times. So let's fight another bug trainer. And
I don't need a map to
I mean,
get
it's
to
probably
Bone
gonna be
Town.
like a bunch of Weedle, if we're being honest with ourselves and each other. It would have been really funny if we like immediately saw another Pikachu. Run away. Nico says, definitely prefer Miss Waveachew to Mr. Windychew. I don't know that I have a strong opinion. I'll say that neither one of them truly speaks to me. They're like, I appreciate what they're going for, but like my initial reaction is they're like a little busy. Like I just like a classic Pika, whether chunky or Cool Ranch style. All right, this guy likes bugs. This is Bug Catcher Doug.
Press, press, press!
He's also known as the Doug Catcher. That's a level 7 Weedle. This Pikachu will not be battling it. I guess we'll go with Milt.
Press, press, press!
What do we hope for the button press to do? I'm gonna bubble it.
Shoko Nadami.
Beep, 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 beep.
We're just pressing all of the buttons now. Hey chat, what's your favorite button of all the buttons? Season 1 anime Pikachu. Like I like a lot of the Pikachu designs.
Beep.
I do like when they added the girl Pikachu tail.
Ah,
I like minor like gender dimorphisms
Nina from
in these
Pasadena.
games. Sarah says I'm gonna press it. Well, I mean, like, what, I was just sort of generally, of all the channel redemptions, what's your favorite? I don't know if you mean your favorite is Beep and specifically I'm gonna press it. Okay, Daisy's level 4. Getting some special attack. That's good, that's good. Bug Catcher Doug.
Shall we
with
sculpt some flesh
unbelievably
friends,
another Weedle. Everyone knows Zakila's favorite button. That's true. That does not require further explanation. Yours is Flesh Friends Mystery? I don't think I would have called that, actually. I don't know what I would have guessed, but
Anyway.
I don't think I would have said Flesh Friends.
say birthday?
Oh, did someone say birthday in the middle of this Pokemon battle? I gotta be honest, I feel like the system randomizes the long one like way more often than 1 in 4 times. Guys, I got poisoned again. It happened again.
ah, push! I'll use this knife.
You love the long one, but I feel like we have to have the short one so you get the thrill of getting the long one still. I had considered this recently. I can't believe this Weedle.
Beep, 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 beep.
What a prick the Weedle is. By which I mean, look at him. Look at the points on this guy. I like literally think my Squirtle can't take another turn against the Weedle. It's very dumb and annoying. How about Nina from Pasadena? Please don't get poisoned. Okay. I care slightly less if you get poisoned this time. Okay, that's fine. It's not good.
Anyway, beep.
This guy better pay out good antidote money, because he's really peeing me
That's
up.
forever.
Okay, Nina grew up. Okay, Kakuna. It's your time to shine, Pikachu. That Kakuna doesn't know any attack moves. Please use Thunder Shock and gain the experience points, thank you. Neko, yours is Yikes Forever. That, I feel like I would have guessed that, probably. Just observe. Plus, there's no Ole. I mean, there is no Ole on the long one, which is so weird. Big fan of Jason. Jason's a good one. It's a classic. One of the OGs. One of these days we'll get out of this forest. And by the time we do, hopefully we're a decent enough level that we could not spend a lot of time somewhere else. I think we should beat Brock, get the running shoes. See, I'm not sure if we'll be in good shape to battle the rival. The Pikachu will help. Someone's birthday? Anyway, beep is good. I'm really, a lot of the beeps are good, which is why I ended up setting it up. It's such a stupid button, but like I'm glad that chat likes it. But like one of the main reasons I set it up was just sort of like so many good ones that all come from the same game. The thing I like about that bit is that like there is no purpose to it. Like there's no explanation given as to why the game has so many different declarative statements before pressing a button. It's like the same thing as in the Zero Escape games. The characters like always announce that they're going to open a door. And like almost never or never does any character call it out as being like a weird thing that keeps happening. They do actually in No Sleep for Kaname Date like make fun of that. There's a point where they like solve the escape room and like everyone's ready to go, and the one character's like, all right, I'm gonna open the door. And they're like, oh, we're waiting. And then they like start counting down from like 10, and they're like, what? Just open the door!
Beep.
Tell me Thick is really good. It is. Yeah, whichever version of the game has more Weedle in it absolutely sucks more than the other one. You just get so much more poison, which is like so many more antidotes and like so many more trips to the Pokemon Center. It helps to like not insist on staying in the forest until you hit like a 5 in 100 shot. I don't think I need to be in the grass. That's fine.
Beep.
So there's 3 or 4 trainers here total?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Here's the thing. Hey, it's an antidote. It's a small amount of pocket change, which I could use to buy a single piece of candy.
Not
Thank
sure
you for
what
adding
blowing on
steps
that will achieve.
to my Halloween process. I couldn't remember if this guy was a battle, but it turns out he is. Sure, blowing on that will achieve also good. Lots of good ones. There are very few. There's maybe only a pair of redemptions that I've like really considered like properly deactivating from the like general use list, and it's Sir and Babe. I just don't think they have the impact I want them to have, and also it irks me that it's like impossible to get clean audio on those. I tried so hard. This Pikachu will obviously accomplish like nothing in Brock's gym because we don't have the anime hacks of setting off the fire alarm sprinklers, making the Onix susceptible to electric attacks. None of that is how that works.
Also, I kind of feel bad, like, charging the full, like, 400 points for the Sound Redemption on Sir and Babe, because they're, like, so short. I still haven't committed to it, but, like, it may happen someday, and I just want you to be mentally prepared. 12 minutes is something. My favorite thing about the game 12 minutes is that review I saw of the game 12 minutes. And, like, basically, it just, like, describes 12 minutes, informed me of a really good time travel movie I hadn't seen before that I watched and then really liked. And then at the end, they're like, so what's the takeaway from this? Play Sexy Brutale. And I'm like, God, I agree with every part of this review. Alright, Pikachu learned Tail Whip. Extremely useful. It's not very good. Wait, what Pokemon is it? I don't know. Or Nina, go ahead. Go ahead, Nina.
Squeak, squeak.
Zago says, I'm still reeling from the knowledge that Uchikoshi is in his 50s. I don't know what to tell you. Time makes fools of us all. Rat noise. We haven't. There was a period where, like, every game had, like, a really valid excuse to use rat noises. And now we do have a rat, which is a good call on your part there, Cotillion. But I feel like we've been in, like, a real doldrum space for rat noises. These critical hits, I'm losing my gourd. This guy, this donking individual. Chisel, please. What games are people looking forward to this year? I feel like I had a discussion with someone not that long ago where I was like, I don't actually know things that are coming out that I care about. I only found out they were releasing Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch like a week ago today, I think. Like 7 or 8 days ago. It might have been like Thursday of last week.
Press, press, press.
Oh, that's true. Slay the Spire 2 should be good. I hope it doesn't hit me the way, like, Darkest Dungeon 2 was not it for me. I'm not trying to disparage the game. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. And you know how much I love original Darkest Dungeon. I think there's like... No, there's multiple trainers on that last stretch, aren't there? It's fine. I'm gonna leave Daisy in front. She's fast. She can avoid things in the grass. Looking forward to Hello Kitty Island Adventures Usahana DLC. What is Usahana? What is that? I'm glad there's more Hello Kitty for you, Neko. I know that game has brought you much joy. Zagos says, I'm so out of the loop with video game news, I genuinely can't think of a single upcoming release, let alone one I'm excited for. Frostpunk 1888? I've never even heard of that. I mean, I know Frostpunk. I had no idea they were making an 1888 version. It's wild to me. Gotta get some defense EVs on my Pokemon, by the way. Super good for Pikachu. Physical tank. Known physical tank Pokemon, Pikachu. EVs in this context are effort values. If you're not a huge nerd, if you're only a moderately sized nerd. Did you know that Pokemon evolved? Well, you wouldn't know it from looking at my roster, I'll tell you that. Man, who wants to play with a Charlie in the box? I know I don't. Also, Pokopia. I'm on the fence about Pokopia. We talked about this a little bit on the Discord today. I should switch to Squirtle after this. Squirtle's what, level 7? Level 8? I really got sort of absorbed in the Pikachu narrative for a while and kind of lost track of everything that was going on in my life. Usahana is a colorful mismatched female bunny Sanrio character. Ah. It was originally designed to cheer up women who worked in the office. Her DLC is themed around imagination, rainbows, and cities. That sounds great. Does that mean that her DLC will add like a city to what seems like a scenic island setting? It's named Caterpie. I got a Squirtle for you. It's named Milk. Copia is just rethemed Dragon Quest builders. That doesn't mean as much to me as it maybe should. It will add a city. That should be really interesting. Doing another coffee talk game? Psychotic bathtub. Future no thanks. That sounds good. I don't know what that is. Usahana's city has been around for ages already. The Apple Arcade version, I didn't know that was a thing. Will be a huge amount of content, same as the Magical Girl DLC. I think you probably mentioned that to me at some point, but I forgot that existed, and that's so good. Psycho says, I'm too busy painting little plastic guys to play video games anyway. Dude, I can't, like, figure out... I mean, like, I've been, like, teetering on, like, serious depression, like, all year. So, like, this won't come as a surprise to you. But, like, I have no interest in anything. It's one of the reasons I got so tilted about that little, the, like, Pokemon Center themed bag that I wanted to, like, display sitting cuties in. Which officially got refunded, like, yesterday. For the no one other than maybe my mom and Chad who cares. It took a while to ship and then process, but we got there. But, like, really... I was doing some reading on the local magic store and managed, after, like, a really preposterous amount of, like, digging to, like, find some information on how they run their, like, casual magic nights. And I really do gotta get out there and at least give it a shot. Like, I don't really, like, know anyone out here, and I don't like talking to people. But, like, it sounds like a fun idea. I don't know if the execution will be good, but it sounds like it's, like, super casual, which, like, I'm down for. Like, I can make a competitive deck, but I am, like, down to make, like, a really stupid deck. But, like, I haven't really felt like I wanted to collect many, like, a lot of the Magic sets that have come out recently haven't been very good. I'm not excited for the Ninja Turtles one. Was not the Spider-Man one was extremely bad. Avatar one was, like, pretty good, but, like, really only, like, a handful of cards I, like, really wanted, and they were all, like, excessively rare. Which, like, I know collectible card games, but it was, like, worse than usual. I was thinking about, like, doing an order of some more Pokemon sitting cuties. Just because they restocked, like, a bunch of Kanto ones. Like, Coughing is back in stock. And I got really excited about it. You know I love Coughing. Who do I want in front? I'll put Chisel in front. The problem is that the Casual Magic Night is on Thursdays, which means that not only is it on Thursday, not only is it on a work night, but it is from, like, exactly, like, 6 to, like, 9 p.m. It's like a really narrow window, and it's, like, right after I get off work. And, like, at most you'd be able to fit, like, 2 Commander games in unless someone, like, really, like, stomped the table. The Doctor Who MTG. That was from, like, a few years ago. That was really good. I like, so they released a set of 4 decks that was, like, there wasn't, like, they released booster packs, but they were basically just, like, foil versions of the cards that were in the decks if you wanted to spend more money and collect fancy versions. And I bought, like, a full set of the decks, and they're, like, some of the only pre-constructed decks that I've just sort of kept in their original form because, like, I just think they're neat. I really thought they did a good job, and I like them. And honestly, I will most likely bring at least one of those to the casual night, because, like, pre-constructed deck level can't really be considered that powerful. So, like, I'll probably bring one of those. Like, I'm probably gonna bring, like, one, like, medium power deck and, like, a bunch of lower power decks based on the description of what I'm reading. And we'll just see how it plays out. But it's just, like, weird. It's, like, I have to, like, rush out to, like, do the thing. Which means, like, I kind of have to, like, not eat dinner until after, which is awkward. It is kind of an excuse to, like, go out for, like a fast food, which is a treat that I enjoy. I'm trying not to do it so often. I've been really good about it this year. Like, I normally go on Saturdays when my mom and I get, like, lunch together while we do errands, which is, my, like, ego-sustaining way of saying that, like, my mom drives me to, like, go grocery shopping because it makes my life a little bit easier. I don't even... Am I in a wild encounter? I'm, like, dissociating, just, like, playing Pokemon. This is kind of just what I want from my life. Or bring dinner. Yeah, but, like, then you're, like, eating food on the car. I really don't like eating food while, like, shuffling cards. Some people do it. Some people don't care. I'm not a fan. Dairy Queen. Oh, yeah, we hit up the Dairy Queen. I've been trying to decide what to do tomorrow because my mom always insists that I pick. Might be a Dairy Queen. It might be an Arby's. I don't know. Skipping dinner would turn me into a monster at the magic table. Like, maybe I can do, like, a late lunch. Like, the thing is it requires, like, an intense amount of premeditation. Because it's like, you have to have decks that are an appropriate power level for a thing you've never done that sounds casual. Then you also have to, like, rush over after work and, like, not have dinner in a normal time frame. And then you have to, like, socialize and play a strategic game. Like, it's not impossible, and I think it would likely be fun. It's just, it seems a lot more daunting than I want it to be, because it's not just like just like, go do it. Like, there's just like all these like little factors. I shouldn't have been in that fight at all. What am I doing? Everyone should do cute picnic stuff. Now, Neko, when you say cute picnic stuff, do you mean the kind of picnic where you're like hanging out with your family, taking a selfie, and like doing exposition? I mean, this one can't attack back. I'm gonna grind experience on it. But like where you're just like taking a selfie with your family, eating a picnic, and then there's like a jump scare image of everyone being killed by a virus, like that kind of fun picnic. Have invested a lot in your cards. I have a stupid amount, but like most of the decks I would bring are not that expensive. Like my very good Nicol Bolas deck like doesn't leave the house unless it's going to like a known safe location. Also, it sounds like it would be grossly inappropriate to bring to this type. Like, it's like a low-medium bracket 4 power level, which means nothing to almost any of you. But they, like, introduced this, like, bracket system that they're like, this is maybe a way to communicate how much you are looking to have fun, as opposed to looking to, like, be powerful. So, like, 5 is, like, the highest level of, like, super competitive play. 4 is the one just below that. But, like, it has, like, all the categories of card that make people upset in it, and it has like the really expensive versions of those cards to show off as a flex, because it's like the most fun part of my Magic collection is like that deck. I love the commander. I love that they released the special like cutesy version of the evil super villain dragon. I love that he's a double-sided legendary character, because those are like my favorite. Just like everything about it is great. It is insane how much money I have invested in that one specific deck. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. Mr. Generic Name, hello. I didn't see you come in. Look, my Weedle is evolving. How are you doing? We're playing Pokemon because it's Pokemon Day. And because Pokemon Leaf Green re-released. And we're hoping that my computer doesn't randomly reboot like it did like 15 minutes into the stream. Mika says, I like making myself cute picnics alone when I go to the botanical gardens. So no jump scares then. We learned Harden. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Give me this item, I don't remember what it is. It's 1 potion. Just been lurking. I feel you. I hope you're doing well. I haven't made it to like anyone else's streams in such a long time. I think I saw like 20 minutes of like a letter stream like a month ago, and that felt like a weird, huge indulgence. This next one's gonna be hard. I'm gonna send Pikachu back out. I didn't hit the button enough times. There it is. You make seasonal bento boxes. That's adorable. Is there 1 or 2 guys on the final stretch here? What's the most obnoxious card in the deck? I'll tell you, like, the most obnoxious thing the deck can do. I realized I accidentally put a really heinous 2-card combo it doesn't win the game, and that makes it worse. There's an artifact called Anvil of Boggardan, and what it does is during every player's turn, they draw a card and discard a card. There's another card in the deck called Narset Potter of Veils? It's one of the Narset Planeswalkers that has the static ability that says, like, no opponent can draw more than one card in a single turn. So what happens is that on each of my opponent's turn, they're forced to draw a card and then discard a card, and then they like don't draw a normal card on their turn, and they can't draw any more cards. And like basically it just makes it so eventually no one can have any cards but me, but it takes a really long time and it sucks and it's really mean-spirited. But like there's a bunch. It has what is the name of that? It's got like Deflecting Swat. It's got Fierce Guardianship, like the free like spells that protect your commander. It has Force of Will. It has Chromox. It has Mox Diamond. It has Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond is like an $800 card. It has for like a birthday or something, like a bunch of years ago, my mom got me like a couple of collector's boosters from Eldraine, one of the Eldraine sets, and I got just like out of the pack like the special foil treatment anime art Ristic Study, which is like a $600 card. That's in there. You played for it. It's like it's definitely a solid like 4. I don't think it, because it doesn't have any like automatic win combos, I think it's kind of like a weak 4, but like it just lets me like play all of my favorite things. Just playing during Eldraine, that set was a nightmare. So true. Let's fight this wheel. Sorry, I got lost in the sauce. People were asking me to describe my like really fancy deck. Thundershock it. This guy's already level 9, that sucks. Thanks for streaming tonight. Thanks for everyone randomly acquiescing to me just being like, how about we just play Pokemon? Because I kind of, like, I said I've been, like, trying to work myself up to taking a mental health day, and I, like, really strongly considered, like, maybe I just take Friday off and play Leaf Green. And then, like, my inbox looked like a nightmare today, and I had, like, a bunch, like, I really needed to get some stuff done. It sucks. Remember Oko? I remember Oko. I also remember Oko, and Pepperidge Farm remembers Oko. Like, Oko, like, single-handedly ruined, like, Standard and, like, what's the thing that's like Commander but sucks more? The thing that, like, Arena has because it doesn't have Commander. What is that called? Like, I was, like, really excited about that, but, like, Oko just sucked. Then again, so did, Goro? What's the crappy, like, 5-color golem that, like, finds a land and sucks and you just never have any reason to choose another 5-color commander ever? So they banned him. They only have one 30th anniversary. So true. And the Pokemon 30th anniversary will likely be one of the only ones I experience, he says, getting weirdly dark. Hey, look, it's a Jigglypuff. What do you think it says when you talk to it? Poo-poo-poo. Poo-poo-poo. Like I said, what was the set where with the big monsters were like, if you fulfill a really easy deck building constraint, you can just always have this available? You are thinking of Ikoria and the Companions mechanic, which was so bad that they had to, like, errata the entire mechanic to make it completely unplayable because they completely overshot in the first place. They only just recently figured out that they should, Can Squirtle beat... Squirtle could beat the first trainer here, right? I think? But there was this super cool, like, blue-red otter legendary creature. And they were, like, concerned that it would be, like, super busted. Because, like, his thing was like, you can always have him on hand if your deck doesn't have any duplicates other than basic lands, which is like the rules of Commander, like the casual format of Magic. So it's basically like any blue-red deck ever could play it. But like, instead of just like having the sensible concept that like maybe Commander doesn't need to have access to this like mechanic that seems very specifically engineered for like 60 card formats. They're like, nah, like we're changing the rules of Commander so Commander can do this thing, but that card is banned forever because we don't think that's reasonable. And like they made the companion mechanics suck so bad that recently they were like, actually you can play Lutri, it doesn't matter. It's not that good. Alright, Milk, you're up. Stop right there, kid. You're 10,000 light years from facing Brock. He's like 6 feet away from me. He's like 2 5-foot steps away. You wouldn't even be able to take a reactive strike, buddy. Level 10 Geodude? That's probably fine. I got Squirtle. I think this guy's other Pokemon is Sandshrew. Which is weird because you can't catch a Sandshrew on this side of Mount Moon. But them's video games, kids. This is Pewter City is one of my favorite Pokemon tracks to hum while I'm cooking. What a fun fact. I learned Withdraw. Every day, Squirtle becomes more like me, his trainer. It's Sandshrew! Boobies change Pokemon? Nah, I love Sandshrew. Although nothing else is touching that Sandshrew. It's level 11. But yeah, I really like my Nicol Bolas deck. I have no reasonable scenario in which to play it because like no one else like is gonna build a deck on my level of the people that I play with. And I don't mean that they're like not smart. It's more like who would spend the money and the time to like build a deck like this. Yeah, technically Giovanni counts as round. Brock is rock. I think he introduces himself as like the rock hard Brock and everyone snickers forever. I'm gonna heal up, because even though I'm pretty sure Squirtle at level 11 can solo Brock's Geodude and Onyx, might as well start at full health. Get Ground and Rock confused. Honestly, I think a lot of people probably do. Conceptually, there's not like a huge amount of difference between them. And like, especially in the early games. Like, if you're someone like me, like, there's certain things that were like unspoken rules in the early game of like things being really similar or related or something, and you kind of just like conceptualize that. So like Rock and Ground were like almost always like joined together, so like I think that's a common thing. I mean, I kind of assumed that the main reason that they like made Ground a type at all was because it was like a natural foil to Electric, and like clearly they didn't think there were very many other things that would like resist electricity in this rock paper scissors environment, because like it's just basically grass is the only other thing that resists it at all, and that doesn't even like do extra damage to Electric. So like I feel like that's the main reason the Ground type exists at all. So you're here. I'm Brock. I'm Pewter's gym leader. My rock hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. That's right, my Pokemon are rock hard at all times. For some reason, they let me hang out with children. That's right, my Pokemon are all the rock type. Foo-ha-ha! You're going to challenge me knowing that you'll lose? That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine, then show me your beast! Echo says, I know Fairy is a type. What element resists fairies? Resists is harder. So, Steel and Poison are good against Fairy. Fairy is good against Fighting, Dark, and a third thing, isn't it? Dragon. Obviously, Dragon. Resist. Steel resists Fairy, I'm fairly certain. I don't recall if Poison does. I think it does. Is there another thing that resists Fairy? I don't believe Fairy resists itself. Okay, Geodude up first. Bubble it. I forget when we learn Water Gun. We might learn it by the end of this battle, but probably not during. It's duper effective. Ooh, and we dropped his speed. Get dunked on. Fire resists fairy? Is that true? I like legit. Like, there's some where it's like, ah, yeah, I forgot that. I don't know that I knew that. Are you sure about that? Really? That sounds so weird. I mean, the fairy type is entirely arbitrary, so I don't know why that would be, like, any different. Will boobies change? No, I hit the button too many times. There's too much dialogue. I have Squirtle. The first battle doesn't matter. Well, Steel legitimately makes sense because, like, Steel is the equivalent to Iron, and in a lot of folklore, like, fairy are, like, susceptible to being, like, restrained by Iron or whatever. So, like, some thought went into that. Poison is, like, less clear, but like, maybe it's just because Poison isn't good against very much at all? Would you be okay with Fullest? Sure. I thought I, like, mostly memorized the type matchup. The fire thing, I don't think I knew that. Okay, we got up to 13. Okay, yeah, 13 is Water Gun. That was what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Delete a move. I'm gonna say... I think I'd rather have Tail Whip than Withdraw early on. Because, like, if something is just tough for the whole team, I'd rather, like, weaken it than bolster myself. I took you for granted, and so I lost. I'm actually surprised that he doesn't say took you for granted. I mean, really. As proof of your victory, I confer upon you this, the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge. Booby's got the Boulder Badge. But did I also get a Boulder Holder for my Boulder Badge? Makes your Pokemon more powerful and enables use of the move Flash outside of battle. Also, you can infiltrate Star Labs with no difficulty, but you could have done that without the Boulder Badge, too. I think we're done. Oh no, he gives me the TM for Bide, doesn't he? Because he's a complete clown. It's like not a rock type move, and it absolutely sucks. TM's good for only one use. Pick the Pokemon carefully. Oh no, they updated it to Rock Tomb. The original one was Bide, though, right? Rock Tomb's actually pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good, especially early. It's really hard to get rock moves early in most of these games. Good against Fighting Dragon Dart, right? Really? Fire resists fairy. I just completely missed that somehow. Yeah, it is immune to dragon. Nothing is immune to fairy, which is some sort of meta commentary of some type. Okay, here's the plan. I'm already near the Pokemon Center. I'm gonna heal up. Then I'm gonna go get the running shoes because I think you could do that without even going on to the next path. Then I'm gonna evaluate what level my Pokemon are and then probably go back and fight the Hog Turd. Because I think we're fine with a level like 13 Squirtle and a level 9 Pikachu and like some other stuff. But it'll probably be quicker to go back there by first going out of the way to get the shoes. I'm still sour they removed fairy energy from the card game. It's super weird that they did that. I asked my sister once... Oh, by the way, my sister plays... my sister is the creative director for Pokemon TCG Live. And for the Pokemon 30th anniversary on Pokemon Day, if you log in, there's only like 20 minutes left in the day here on the East Coast, but if you're in another time zone and you log in, I think like day of the Pokemon Day, you can log in and get some like stuff with the Pikachu like 30th anniversary logo, like cosmetics for your character. But there's also a code, I don't know how long it lasts, that is Pokemon Day 2026, which gives you like so many packs Like a really stupid number of... It gives you like 40 packs or something. So like if you've ever like had interest in getting into the game, it's a really good place to start. I feel like he might lead. I think he always leads with his flying type in this game. I've been asked to deliver you running shoes. Now you can run, and it sucks less to wander around. I meant to mention that earlier, but my computer reset and I got mad. You know what happens when I get mad. There's a letter attached. Dear boobies, here is a pair of running shoes from my beloved challenger. Remember, I'll always cheer for you. The fact that our in-game mom, like, wrote us that letter without considering that she named us boobies, that's like, what is her deal? Isn't there, like, something hidden in this field? I don't know if it's good. I think there's also something hidden, like, near the, museum. I don't care what you're doing. Shut up. Mister says, you know what happens when he gets mad? Yeah, like, he's talking way too long and none of it sounds true at all. Are you looking for that sound redemption right now? Is that the thing that's happening? So I think we sent out Pikachu first to deal with his Pidgey. We don't really have anything that's good against the Bulbasaur, huh? That's like a little bit of an issue. Like, Bulbasaur is specifically good against both of our Pokemon that are good at all. Maybe we should actually spend like a little bit of time getting...
stronger than my mom.
Probably like Shizzle to evolve into Beedrill. It won't be good, but it'll smell better than it used to. Look at me run, Shoes. Excuse me, you looked at me, didn't you? That pose is like way too flirty. Can we be real? Last Janice is like 14 tops. Just noticed Shizzle isn't a worm anymore. Yeah, that happened at some point. I wasn't paying attention either. Bet you didn't find a Pidgey of your own. Yeah, it'd probably help a little bit. Theoretically, I could get like a Spearow on that same route where you fight him. Oh, that's right. Gus is like actually a flying type in this, not like Red and Blue, where it's normal type for the walls. Just take it out, Pikachu. Actually, this is the first Pidgey we've seen. This last Jane, or whatever her name was. We've seen none wild Pidgey. We haven't, like, really tried, but we've seen none. And it's like Pidgey. You don't normally have to try that hard. In fact, you don't normally have to try at all. It's Pidgey. That's, like, the whole point. Honest to God. One sand attack and I missed that Thunder Shock. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have none at all. There we go. The nice thing is, before we get to Mount Moon, there's a chance to catch a Jigglypuff, which I assume chat wants me to do. I wasn't paying attention to what you're switching in, but I need experience on my Shizzle, which seems like a ridiculous thing for me to say. Hey, Pikachu, do me a solid. Just redeemed the code, got 30. Oh, I thought it was 40. My bad. But 30's still like a bunch of packs. There was so many that I like definitely lost count before the time I finished opening them. It was like a ridiculous number. Is that a critical hit on my Pikachu, by the way? Extremely easy. Fun fact, this is, I believe this is the like single, like Fire Red / Leaf Green. I think it's like the single entry in the Pokemon series where like Flareon is at its strongest. Like, not an exaggeration. This is before the fabled physical special split, which I could describe in more detail if you really want. I assume those of you who care already know what the physical special split is. But Flareon has a strong, its like strongest stat is its physical attack. But as a fire Pokemon, it has mainly special type moves in later games, which is not a good pairing because then it's like not good at doing the things it knows how to do. It's very relatable to me. But like, because this is pre-split, but like after they've added some moves like Shadow Ball, like it actually has like its best coverage for physical moves. Did the redemption thing. It was more convoluted than I thought it'd be. Yeah, the code redemption is not my favorite. You can do it by, like, going to the redeem website external to the game and then putting in the code. Or you can go into the game and then click redeem, and then it will take you to the website external to the game. So, like, it's not effortless. And then you have to, like, log into the thing external to the game, in addition to probably having to log into the game to open the pack. There's a few steps involved. But, like, 30 packs, you know. My bug's still in front, I assume. Even finding redeem isn't too easy. I think they changed it too recently. I don't think it's called redeem anymore. I think it's called, like, more detail or something. Like, that threw me today. I was looking for the redeem button and I knew where to find it, but I don't think it's called redeem anymore in the app. Did it on PC and it let you do it in game? Oh, okay. Most, like, card games I will play on some kind of mobile device so that I can, like, play the card game while doing something else. Otherwise, I'll never do it. I don't sit down anymore. Almost any time that, like, I'm not committed to some specific activity, I'm, like, trying to get exercise in by, like, doing steps in my own small sub-Wailord-sized house. This is a really high-level Caterpie. Alright, and then, of course, there's the whole step where you have to attach a photo of yourself in the zebra suit. That's for sure. That's true. Hey, a critical hit. And, oh, I thought we were going to poison it, too. I mean, we're reasonably matched against this level 10 Caterpie because of our increased defense stat and because it's a Caterpie. So hopefully we get, like, a good amount of experience from this, and hopefully it doesn't hit, like, a critical hit or something. Got everything to auto-log in. Yeah, that's a little inconsistent, too. I'm out here propagating all my favorite Garfield memes. Oh, I specifically got critical hit. At least I got one right back. You know what? That's fair. I'm not mad about that. Imagine a Wailord-shaped tiny home. I don't know if you missed it earlier, Jakey, but we did have a conversation about that. Because we were talking about the meme of them constructing, like, a life-size Wailord plushie, and then, like, we were talking about where would you put it? Like, it won't fit in your home, and then it was suggested that you just live in the Wailord. Oh no, I shouldn't switch now. I should stay in and then switch. Proud of your discipline. I mean, it kind of sucks. Like, I actually at some point am gonna need to, like, deprogram myself so that, like, I know how to, like, sit down. I think it's probably negatively impacting my mental health. I gotta send out Pikachu for this. Basically just the marvelous misadventures of Flapjack. Wait, which thing is that? Oh, living inside the whale. I got you. I understand. I thought you meant having a candy wife. I don't remember that much about the misadventures of Flapjack. The show was a little, like, I wanted to like it because it's, like, kind of piratey, but, like, it's very odd and slightly off-putting. But I did remember really liking, there's some episode where, like, they encounter a mermaid, and, like, all the characters just keep insisting that mermaids are weird, and then, like, when they meet the mermaid, it's, like, extremely weird, and then the episode just ends. And, like, just everyone saying mermaids are weird, just, I thought was really funny. I'm gonna send Shizzle out to absorb experience points. Yeah, Flapjack, definitely a nightmare. Wasn't that one of those shows that had, like, it was like a cartoon that had, like, cutaways to, like, quasi-realistic, like, unsettling, like, photographically realistic gross things? Candy. Didn't the captain guy, wasn't one of his things that he had a wife made out of candy? Wasn't that a thing? I feel like I saw a clip of this recently and it reminded me, but I, like, otherwise had forgotten about the candy wife. She says, Vasco, I'm campaigning to steal your mom. Rejected. Denied. Fierce guardianship. I pay no mana and counter your spell. It's really funny that in whatever year that came out, like 2018 or whatever, they were like, this seems like a sensible card to print. Ah, good poison. I was concerned that that wouldn't happen some more. Hey chat, what is your favorite Pokemon that we've encountered in this playthrough, and why is it Weedle? I mean, that's a little bit problematic, right? Can't get very far without the Pikachu fainting. I'll use an antidote. It's really ways. I mean, like, if you were playing, like, efficiently, you would just, like, let the Pokemon faint unless you were, like, specifically trying to, like, up its happiness value. But, like, we're streaming and we're having a good time, and I think chat will riot if Pikachu or Squirtle faint. No one is as concerned about Nina, thankfully. Vasco, I think you got a poison again. Thanks for the heads up, Zacula. It seems so unlikely. I think I missed that happening. Like, who would ever get poisoned in a Pokemon game? Especially Fire Red or Leaf Green. Nah, this is good. I just don't think you're going to level up those other two. I'm just going to catch like a Jigglypuff and probably like a Sandshrew and then build the Uber team. And by Uber team, I mean Pokemon I really love that aren't like especially good for the most part, but I love them anyway. Vasco, I think you got cholera. I was looking at a book earlier. I have it on good authority that that sort of thing can happen. It's a high-level Rattata. I'm gonna pour some milk on it. Zacula suggests that if he were poisoned in a Pokemon game, he would simply not be poisoned. That's an interesting strategy. I hadn't considered getting good. He says, I don't like the first few Pokemon you can encounter other than Pikachu. I think that's fair. Some people will argue that this is like... And I mean, it probably is a very deliberate design choice to make, like, Rattata and Pidgey extremely boring. But, like... I think the idea is they want you to... Allegedly, they sort of want you to become comfortable with the idea of maybe choosing new Pokemon that you find later on, so you don't just, like, grow attached to the first ones and never change. But... at the same time, it's like Pidgey and Rattata, you know? I mean, I think this game does have early Mankey. That might be Fire Red only? What's the equivalent in this game? Because they added that for, like, Yellow, didn't they? Because, like, otherwise you, like, basically can't beat Brock. You're, like, basically required to get a Mankey before Brock's gym. I should not fight this with Shizzle because that will take the rest of my natural born life. Don't think it has very good special defense. I'm gonna try to shock it. Team Rocket matchup. Please don't poison me. Okay. So we're taking a turn to Thunder Wave? No? I don't think so. I think if it was faster than me, maybe. But I think no, generally. Charmander, because Charizard is a powerhouse. What's funny is, like, if you actually look at the composition of, like, Pokemon teams that are, like, bosses that would, like, pose a real challenge to you in, like, Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, Leaf, Green... Charizard is, like, really, like, badly matched up against almost everything. Are you blasting off again? I gotta say, it's not looking good for the home team. Did he get a crit? While I was, like, looking at chat? Like, that seemed like that hit. Like, so it got, like, what, 2 incidental hits off of Wrap and then a Poison Sting? Ah, it still seems like a lot. I guess my defense also sucks. What am I doing here? Am I taking another hit? I think they have another Pokemon, don't they? I'm gonna Thunder Wave it. Hope it, like, misses a turn and then maybe switch into Squirtle. Should survive the extra... Yeah, okay. Just gonna switch to Squirtle. Oh no, I'm in the wrap. That's right. That, like, move that no one ever uses has, like, non-flavor text on it. My bad. Alright, I guess I'll get better. For the love of God, don't poison me. Thundershot! Don't like stat reduction moves. Speed control moves I have found are on a different level, God bless America, than like other stat control moves. Alright, what am I doing here? Now that I'm poisoned and free from wrap, I guess I'll switch to Squirtle. Zaga says, forgive me for my lack of Pokemon knowledge, but is there ever a reason to do a move that isn't action that reduces opponent's HP? Your mileage may vary. I think the general consensus is it's rarely correct in like a standard like story playthrough because of how straightforward the enemy like tactics are. Things like what I was talking about before, Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is a move that does no damage, but in this game, later on they adjust that some because it's kind of busted the way it is in this game. But like Thunder Wave says like definitely hits, definitely paralyzes the enemy, does no damage. So paralysis is a status effect that like slows your opponent and also makes it so they may lose turns. They have like a 50% chance to like not act because they're just sort of like frozen up from the force of the electricity that shocked them. So a lot of the time, if like an opponent is like faster than you, spending the turn to like paralyze them with Thunder Wave is sort of like net neutral. Like if you just proceeded like it, let's say other than the Thunder Wave, both of us only just have an attack that like slaps the other one, right? Just like a basic, no other thing to consider. We just do a little bit of damage back and forth. So like it will end up taking the same, like you'll get the same number of turns of damage because now you're acting before them. Like if they're acting before you, it'll take the same number of turns for you to like knock them out either way. But if you do the speed control move first, now you're acting earlier in the turn order and they have a chance to like miss their attack. So like there's some cases, they're not very common. Like any of you, I assume none of you, but any of you who watched the recent Grump block when the Game Grumps like decided to try to do a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Diamond, and they lost to the first gym leader. Like Aaron like kept doing a bunch of like growling and tail whipping early on, and it like didn't do anything. It was nothing. Do you like Magikarp? I personally don't. And it's not because, like, Magikarp itself is weak and all that silliness. It's just that, like, I don't actually like Gyarados very much. It's very strong, but, like, it bores me. I don't, like, I'm not into... I don't like the design. I don't like that it's such, like, an obvious, like, pick. Like, everyone loves it and everyone uses it, and it's very strong, and it's, like, very front door. Like, it's not for me. Those aren't my Funyuns. Like, no, I got no squawks and I got no beefs if you like Magikarp. I'm not trying to say you shouldn't, but, like, if you're gonna ask me, like, I'm not a big Magikarp fan. Mission says, I'm more of a technical control player with a scalpel than a sledgehammer. And I mean, like, to be clear, if you're gonna play, like, competitive Pokemon... VGC, there's like so many like non-damaging moves that are great. Like hazard stuff is really fun. Like setup moves tend to be really powerful if you time them correctly. Where like if you like know your opponent is gonna switch out, which like again in like the main story of one of these games, they will like never switch out basically. But like if you're a human opponent, you know they're gonna switch out because they have a bad type matchup, and then you spend the turn there switching, like boosting your attack like multiple times, then like you're in a really good shape to take them out. Bug catcher Greg. Delicious says, honestly not loving TCG. There's too many options for what you gotta learn. I'm not the biggest fan of the Pokemon TCG. And I will say that the main reason for that is that I do not care for the lack of granularity in deck construction. Like, I think it was, I personally, me Vasco, think it was probably a mistake to normalize supporters and make that like a cornerstone of the game. Because now the pace of the gameplay is like so like chaotic and fast and like punishing if you don't like get the super strong supporter cards at opportune times. And also just like I don't love so like in a game like Magic the Gathering, like if you summon grizzly bears, like a 2/2, like a basic little guy, you can win the game with him in like basically any normal format. Like limited, construct, like you could play commander, you could play like high level. If you play at a competitive level and you have like a 2/2 creature with no abilities, that creature can win you the game. In Pokemon, like you have to hit these like huge haymaker plays. Like if you're not like knocking out your opponent's Pokemon in like 1 or maybe 2 hits, then like you're probably just gonna lose. Which like rules out like a huge number of cards from being like remotely interesting or usable. Which, like, sucks in multiple ways, because, like, sometimes you open a pack and you get, like, a card that's, like, oh, cool, it's, like, Metacham. I like Metacham, and then you read it and it's like, Metacham sucks, it doesn't do anything. But then, like, also, like, you open the Metacham and it's like, this, like, why am I getting Metacham? It can't do anything. I don't remember who I'm battling. I started ranked. It's a Weedle. Oh, yeah, the art is amazing. I mean, like, I feel like Pokemon is a very collector-focused card game. And there's nothing wrong with that, but, like, even though, like, I enjoy collecting Magic cards, like, I think I would, like, sooner sell off my entire collection than, like, play Magic only to collect. Which I know is, like, a really weird binary, but, like, if those were the options, I think that's where I would go. You were talking about cards and was wondering how you could call Metacham out for being a bad Pokemon. Well, I was very specifically talking about the cards. But also, if you get a Metacham that doesn't have huge power, it does kind of stink. Because, like, it's kind of balanced to have that broken ability, so if it doesn't have that broken ability, then it's, like, pretty not good. When in doubt, it's probably Weedle. I mean, that's definitely what the designers of this game said when they were like, what happens before Mount Moon? Also, again, I will state for the record that, boy, it sure sucks to be playing the version of the game that's heavier on Weedles with the extra poison effects that makes everything worse than it otherwise would have to be. But alas, earwax. Vasco says, I just don't have it in me to learn another TCG. I don't have it in me to, like, collect another physical TCG, I think. I mean, I would like need to like be in a friend group who are like, I'd maybe play some like casual Lorcana or like One Piece or something if I like knew that I had people who definitely wanted to play it a little bit. But like I've made the mistake too many times of being like, this thing seems cool. Maybe I'll be able to play with someone, and then like it doesn't happen. I feel like my Shizzle has like especially high HP. I wonder if that's true. He sure doesn't have especially high attack, I'll tell you that for free. Also, stadium cards. Stadium cards are wild. And that, like, sometimes they're, like, absolutely busted for your strategy, and sometimes your strategy can't do anything with them. And, like, sometimes you, like, need to have them out. And, like, sometimes if you have them out on, like, one turn, it's good. And then it doesn't matter what happens to it. But, like, it kind of sucks because it feels like you're incentivized to, like, play stadiums to, like, stop other people's stadiums a lot of the time. Which is, like, a thing that, like, Magic, like, literally had during one of its dark ages. Where they were like, the legend rule says that, like, you can't have two of the same card out at the same time. And this one colorless legendary card is so busted that you probably should optimally be playing it in your deck just to stop them from playing it in your deck, even if it's bad in your deck. That's how good it is. Weiss Schwartz seems good. I don't know anything about Weiss Schwartz other than my friend in high school was, like, really obsessed with it. This is, like, way before it had a card game, I think, but I was aware that it had a card game. I just don't know anything about it. I'll say Lorcana probably also a collector-focused game, because I've seen some of that art on some of those cards. They have, like, full art, like, foil Winnie the Pooh, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna be really glad to pass, like, all the bug trainers with my nun birds. Yeah, I think I gotta get far enough that my Beedrill happens, and then we'll be good. I'm gonna send out Squirtle. No, I should have sent out Pikachu, because theirs isn't gonna know Poison Sting. It's like a natural Kakuna. Just a bunch of anime cards, basically. But I mean, like, it does have rules, right? Google is letting you catch Pokemon by Google searching them. That's kind of cool, I guess. I feel like they've done that before, haven't they? Where do they go? You put them in your, like, email? Hey, Shizzle's gonna evolve. And Squirtle hit a new level. Crasher Greg is gonna send out a thing. How about we send out Pikachu, get you up to level 10. Weird that Kakuna got there first. Oh, but maybe this will level up Pikachu. And then our team will, I think, be roughly the correct level to battle our rival. And then we can catch Jigglypuff, and Bob will be our uncle. So... I don't know, I feel like we're probably going to, you know, the top of the hour on this one. You all give some consideration to whether you want to do more Leaf Green, because, like, this is nothing to me. This is, like, literally something I would like to be doing in my spare time, but never make time to do. So, like, if you are interested in more of whatever this is, the Weedle Parade, we can definitely do that. We can even do it tomorrow if you want, although my expectation is that we will play Nelly Kudalat Foul Fleet. Movie's got $108. Good. It says, man, I didn't think it would ever happen, but Magic did a Universes Beyond Pokemon set. They'd make unfathomable amounts of money. The problem with that is that Pokemon has an active card game that, like, they have, like, proprietary interest. Like, even though they would make a lot of money, I think that their primary concern would be to, like, hypothetical brand damage. Like, I don't see them doing that in the near future. I see another yes more vote. I also see :O. I don't know what that's responding to. Oh, is that to the... Jakey said that the Pokemon card print shop is there? You mean like a factory where they, like, print them in the US? That's cool. So we want Daisy out for... Oh, you were excited about the evolution. That's fair. It was very important to our interests. By which I mean, like, honestly, this fight is still gonna suck pretty bad, I think. But we'll get there. It's fine. And we're gonna run from every single fight in this godforsaken forest. You can't tempt me with, like, a riskless Metapod stack of damage. I'm getting out of here. Sago says, don't much care what you stream, just happy that you do. First off, it's a very kind thing to say. Secondly, I appreciate that. And third, guess we'll just do another long play of the Seance of Blake Manor then, just for Zacula. Looking forward to Pirate Adventure Time. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm definitely, like, I sort of suggested to people on the Discord that if we did this tonight, we would do Nelly tomorrow. Because originally I was sort of thinking we would do this today, and then life happened. Or I thought we'd do Nelly today. But, like, you know, we could do this next Friday, or we could do it sometimes, or whatever. Did someone say sea ants? They did. Don't do that. But Zacula, you just said something to the effect of... Hey, chat, what do you think is, like, the worst viewing experience of game that I have streamed? There's lots of different ways you could choose to interpret that. But, like... I mean, I still think that one of the least popular streams of all time was when I tried to show... I think I was playing with Tech to show him Coldcept Saga, and just everyone seemed to hate that. And I'm not reading this. You probably don't have any badges, do you? The guard won't let you through without them. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? They did. Also, I do have a badge. Also, you smell. I think you should play some Sea Ants as a special little treat. By a little, I assume you mean like a 40-hour playthrough. Because what else is there? Because this year would be happy not to see the complex ever again. That seems fair. It's very not good. There's clearly a reason that it's on perpetual sale. It's so fascinating. Okay, switching straight to Bulbasaur, which is a savvy strategical option. Gonna send out Shizzle and hope for the best. It's that one weird JRPG that has mechs and guns and stuff. It's the worst viewing experience because it's genuinely impossible to tell what's happening. I assume you mean Resonance of Fate. And I think that's, on the one hand, I think that's an entirely valid take because it's one of the most inscrutable video games that anyone has ever created. On the other hand, it is also a video game that is, like, designed, like, purely with, like, aesthetics in mind. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if people just ran around and shot guns at robots that fired missiles out of their shoulders all day long? So, like, I feel like it is a game that you don't really have to understand what's going on in order to appreciate it. How long is this game supposed to be? It varies. Now that I'm not, like, spitefully trying to obtain a low appearance rate Pikachu, I don't know, I think we do it reasonably quickly. It would be multiple streams, though. Like, since I'm, like, not properly doing a speed run, and it is clear that there are certain Pokemon, at least, that, wow, Beedrill overperforming. Shizzle! Fantastic work, Shizzle. Really glad that we invested. What a fantastic showing. I thought he already had 3 Pokemon. Well, whatever. Squirtle's just hanging out at level 14. It doesn't matter. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. Big Green is 20 to 30 hours games. Probably closer to 30 because Vasco talks. Yeah, that's fair. But the Sevi Islands adds more time. Yeah, but, like, does anyone really need to go to the Sevi Islands? Hey, you want to see if we can get a Mankey? Dude, like, Beaver went to town. That kind of rule. That could have been a lot more annoying. That's a rat. That's another rat. It's not a Weedle, which is an improvement. You know what? You must be able to get, like, one of the Nidorans here, right? That's a regular rat. It's a rat with, like, pointy whiskers. Not a Weedle is huge. There you go, there's Mankey. I told you he was in this. I'm gonna catch him. And you can tell me if you want him on the team or not. Tag is organized so weird. Why would I want key items before I would want Pokeballs? Vasco, Zagula has nominated Ew as the name, I think. And any other name suggestions for this Mankey we caught trivially easily? God bless America. I really was just trying to
Junior,
get past that
the
one
youngest and most horrible
screen.
of the
I'll have to go back to the
dogs.
Pokedex again. Nico says, I feel like Mankey should be called Peanut. I think Demolition firing off the name game suggesting Junior. Name it after the youngest and most horrible. Punch is very good and aggressive. I like that. I do. Punch is quite good. Name him Disgusting Weirdo, because that's what he is. Well, he's just a monkey pig with a violent streak. I mean... Yeah. I think if we're going to have a violence-fighting monkey, he's Punch. Also, we must protect Punch. Punch the monkey. He is kind of the new Harambe in a weird 2026 kind of way. This one is a girl Punch. I want to see if... I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to give another couple shots, see if we can find like a Nidoran around here. Nidorans are fun. Gotta go to Japan and bring him back to New York. Good luck with that, Mystery. They may require you to declare that as something in your luggage, and they may take issue with that. I recently saw something... I want to say it was like in Australia, some footage from like a while ago, where like some like trans-Pacific flight was like handing out apples as like snacks to passengers, and anyone who like didn't eat their apple on the plane and like brought it into another country undeclared was like fined like $200. And it's like, why are you doing that? Like, why is that an option? I used to raise Nidoran male all the time. I didn't really appreciate the Nidorans when I was younger. I don't think I like ever trained one to pull. But Nidorino was like my first or second. I think it was my first shiny. Was like blue Nidorino, which I think is really cool. I think my second was like a gold-colored Graveler. Humans plushie can live in my shirt. I'm pregnant if anyone asks. Well, there you go. And then, you know, if they do that weird thing where they ask if they can feel the baby kick, then it'll explain it when the monkey moves around. Though I don't know why people do that. Like, I get it if you're, like, acquainted with the person. And you have, like, some familiarity with them as a person. But, like, people do that to strangers, and I think that's some real psycho behavior. Here's a Spearow. Do we want Chat, do we want Spearow? I'm still not clear on what we're training, or if we're just, like, doing only the Pokemon that I, like, normally favorite. An apple should come with a warning. It shouldn't come at all if, like, merely possessing it is gonna cost you $200. Like, is there, like, a worse, like, general purpose handout snack for a plane ride than minus $200? Yeah, right, Zagula? Oh, you're pregnant? Can I touch you? That's normal behavior. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you are, like, friends with someone who's pregnant and, like, they're like, oh, the baby's kicking, and, like, then maybe you, like, you definitely ask first, for sure. You definitely don't just go for it. But, like, then you can ask, and then if they say no, you just shut the heck up, because doing anything else would be more insane. Spearow going once. Spearow going twice. Spearow going 3 times. No, okay. I got just a couple more encounters. I'm not sold on trying to get Nidoran, but if we get one without like too much trouble, it'd be fun. Might do something with it. Although it is competition for the Moonstone that Jigglypuff would desire. I'm gonna say 3 more shots after this. So not Rattata. Nico says, I'd imagine the apple might need to be declared because there are customs rules about bringing live seeds into it. Oh no, like I totally get why. The question is more, why does like an airline who like does planes professionally, that's one, why do they not consider the ramifications of handing out an apple? They're like, have an apple, and then you lose $200. But like, they are an airline that flies to this country. They ought to understand that. Okay, no Nidoran, that's fine. Okay, let's go spend a bunch of time looking for Jigglypuff. Honestly, even if we were gonna get a Spearow, we should get it closer to Mount Moon, because then it'll be closer to our level. So that should have been, at most, a hypothetical question anyway. Did I take damage during that fight? A little. I'll hit up the Pokemon Center in Pewter before we go back to the path to Mount Moon. The D-pad's a little more sensitive than I'm used to. Probably because this is a brand new controller. Well, you'd think it would go the other way, huh? Encounter Nidoran, they'd mostly be Nidoran female. Nidoran male are significantly rarer. That's true. And, I mean, it's generally sort of considered that Nidoking is the better of the two, right? But, like, they're honestly both pretty good. Hey, would you look at that? It's not a Weedle. Psycho says, bringing fruit into a country is a huge deal. It's fully about keeping non-native crop diseases and pests out of the country. No, like, yeah, like, yes, definitely understand, definitely get it. I mean, when you don't do that, you end up with, like, Burmese pythons and those hateful iguanas in Florida, which are, like, two huge invasive problems. And, like, it's extremely difficult to get those worms back in the can. So, like, I totally understand them being, like, really strict about it. As dumb as that is, like, I totally get it. But, like, the airline just shouldn't be giving out apples. Florida's out of control. I know, but we're talking about the environment. Australia has a rabbit problem? Don't think I've heard about that. Hey, look at that! It's another Pikachu. We've seen 2 Pikachus out of 2 jillion encounters in the Viridian Forest. Alright, remembering to go to the Pokemon Center. Trying to not accidentally hit other directions, because the buttons are surprisingly sensitive. Australia's ecosystem was almost fully destroyed by rabbits? How recently? I mean, it doesn't need to have been recent. I'm just curious if that was like a long ago thing, or if it was just like recently rabbits happened. Australia and New Zealand are super strict about food. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, island nations have, like, way more reason even than, like, you know, the enormous contiguous United States to be, like, hardline about that stuff. But still, just don't give people apples and then lose them money, is all I'm saying. I'm gonna say lead with Pikachu because we're gonna need extra levels on Pikachu to help deal with Misty. That look you gave me, it's so intriguing. Listen, it's a good thing I'm playing a 10-year-old girl, or her saying that and then doing this flirty skirt shot would be much more concerning. Zap it. Zap it, Daisy. What do you all have planned for your weekend? Why did that quick attack do so much damage? That's crazy. I really need my Pikachu to learn its own quick attack. Jeepers creepers. Guess I'll send out Beedrill, yikes. Oh, that's true. That is technically an invasive species thing, too. The Japanese rabbit island. Like, people don't necessarily talk about it as much because it's full of rabbits, and people go there because it's rabbits, and they're great. I would literally die there. This Rattata is a menace. By the way, there is a monster Raticate in Mount Moon that, like, is, like, if you don't know what you're doing, like, it is a run ender for Nuzlocke. Nidoran, I will, really Beedrill out, I think. Oh, taxes are so stupid. I don't know of, like, a good methodology to find, like, a tax person to do my taxes for me. Because, like, I feel like a lot of competent tax people are probably going to be a little bit older, because that means that they will have been doing it for a while and navigate the system, but then, like, does that necessarily mean that they understand all the Twitch nonsense? It's not a particularly auspicious hit. Not great. The American tax system is basically criminal. The fact that they're just sort of like, you have to tell us how much money you owe us, even though we know, and if you guess wrong, then we might just take more money as a punishment for not knowing the thing we already know. Also, you have to pay to give us that money in the first place. You can't just give it to us for free. I don't know why I'm acting surprised that this fight is reasonably difficult. They're, like, fully on my level and I don't have a good type matchup. And if you guess wrong, straight to jail. Definitely. Wow, Last Sally is really into boobies. So late in the day now, probably best not to dwell on the horrors of America. I mean, it's so real for that, especially as a citizen of the UK, Nico. But, like, you have to understand how much it sucks to, like, live in America in 2026. And if you, like, check, like, any news outlet of, like, any kind to start your day, it's like, here's the horrors that that greet you to start your day. Vasco says straight to jail. I mean, I'm familiar with the meme. It's a pretty good meme. I'm gonna buy... I would like to buy some potions. Another 6 potions. I think I'm actually good on antidotes. Can you buy escape ropes here? I'm gonna buy an escape rope. And I'm gonna buy... Nah, I don't have that much money. Hopefully that's enough Pokeballs to catch the Jigglypuff. Pikachu still in front? I'm so good with that. Please don't be like a level 11 hate spider or whatever. I'll battle you with the Pokemon I just caught. Okay, it's probably not so... Oh, wait. Does that mean you have, like, Spearow? No, you're just not a bug catcher. This is just Caterpie. Is Caterpie again? Is it really a Pokemon you caught here, or is it Caterpie again? It's Caterpie again. If you caught them, wouldn't they be weaker unless you used a potion? I mean, yeah, you could hypothetically have used a potion. There's also, like, canonically a Pokemon Center not that far from here, so maybe he caught them and then went to the Pokemon Center and then stood here waiting, looking for a challenge. But also, like, would they be weaker in a power sense? Yeah, a Pokemon you just caught doesn't get the little incidental bonus stat boost you get from battling over time, so, like, a new Pokemon is typically weaker than one you've been training, even, you know, other circumstances. There's that quick attack I really wanted 2 battles ago. Need a move? Yes. Oh my god. I gotta just stop trying to, like, speed through the text at all. It's clearly bad.
Stop learning quick attack, no. Daisy is trying to learn quick attack, yes. I understand that form move, please let me, okay. I mean, Tail Whip on Pikachu does nothing. Because, like, it's rarely going to be attacking physically. The quick attack is a physical attack, but, like, it's like a last resort, sort of. I'm just getting rid of Tail Whip. Gosh, James going to set out Metapod. It would be kind of funny to send out Punch and have it level up like 5 times. Chat, do you want to train Punch? Or should we just make more progress? Metapod versus Metapod. It would literally be the anime battle. And we would lose because our Metapod is level 4 and theirs is clearly like 9 or something. Like, you have to understand that Metapod, like, both Metapod will only know Harden, just like in the anime, which is hilarious. I understand. Trust me. But it would mean that we would have to wait out 30 rounds, and then we would start using the move Struggle and lose. Okay, I see both for trading Punch. Let's send Punch out. This will also take a really long... What move do you actually have? Scratch. Okay. What's funny is we have Leer, so we could lower its defense, but the only thing it can do is raise its defense, so it's a waste of time. People who, like, professionally stream Pokemon and play it non-stop will sometimes play without battle animations, and, like, I don't know, that just seems sacrilegious to me. It would make a battle like this go faster for sure. We will be here for some minutes. I am really curious to see how many times this level 3 Mankey will level up, beating a level 11 Metapod. That's almost a tongue twister. Play without animations for the speed boost. No, that is the reason. The reason is the speed boost, yes. But, like, how can you play without the animations? Does this thing do literally anything else? No, it does not. I don't know if I haven't been explicit enough about that, but if you encounter a wild Metapod or wild Kakuna, or you encounter a Metapod or Kakuna that a trainer in this game has, it will only know the move Harden, meaning it can't ever damage you until it runs out of Harden, which takes 30 turns, and then it will use the move Struggle, which is the move that Pokemon use when they can't use any other move. And it, like, does a bunch of damage to themselves as a penalty for being, like, unable to do normal stuff. So even though this thing is 8 levels higher than us, like, we basically can't lose to it, which is why I sent this out in the hopes of gaining several levels, basically, for free. But realistically, like, at most, it's probably hitting, like, level 5, right? It'd be really funny if it did more than that, but I don't think it actually will. Yeah, it can know an attacking move if you evolve it, but, like, basically nothing in the game that has a Metapod or is a wild Metapod will know an attacking move. Like, you have to be the one to do that. Punch used Scratch. You'd think it would use Punch. I know, right? So strange. Okay, that's 1 level. Go to level 4. Go again. 2 levels. Level 5. Go again. Ah. Closer to 6 than I thought, but it would have been fun to get up to 6. What does the round monkey turn into? Bigger, rounder, angrier monkey. In, like, the most recent game, it turns into an angry, like, a vengeful ghost monkey. But, that doesn't happen for many, many games from now. Like Neko's response, though. I'm glad you asked. A rounder monkey!
Okay. Yeah, let's see Pikachu, because the reasons I mentioned earlier. Hello. Eek, did you touch me? Oh, hi, every woman I've ever known, and probably not. You're not even pregnant. Why would I randomly touch you? Jigglypuff! It's gonna be really annoying when this... You know what? I'm gonna Thunder Wave it. If it puts me to sleep, I'm gonna make it lose turns due to Thunder Wave. Got him. It's a level 14 Jigglypuff. Good luck to me. Why does it turn into a ghost? Honestly, I'm not really sure. I think they just thought it would look cool. And it does. It does look cool. But, like, it feels kind of arbitrary. Maybe they wanted, like, a ghost fighting type specifically? And now we're asleep. Thomashin says, I wish Spheal evolved into a rounder Pokemon. You know what's funny? I've noticed recently that I am actually, like, specifically a fan of, like, really round Pokemon. Like, Coughing is a sphere with, like, some, you know, divots or whatever. But, like, he's a sphere. Jigglypuff, also sphere. Drifloon, also sphere. Also noteworthy that 2 of those Pokemon are, like, 2 of the 3 balloon Pokemon that exist. Oh, is that what it's... I know that Rage Fist is the cause to evolve. I don't think I've ever looked at the Pokedex entry. It uses Rage Punch so much, the vein in its head pops and it dies. That's... I mean... Yeah... Sure. That doing anything for you, Zacula? Holy, why did that hit so... I mean, it's 14, but it's Jigglypuff. Oh my god. I guess I'll send out. Just feels so much rage he dies. I mean, very relatable, to be honest. Jigglypuff not losing a lot of turns to paralysis is hitting extremely hard with Pound for some reason. I think does my Pikachu have, like, defense down? It's taking hits like a soggy paper bag. At least you didn't get poison. True, I don't know why I would try Poison Sting. It's already paralyzed. Just, like, hit it 5 times is all. That's 3. That's 4. Hey, good job. I mean, we're gonna have to do another one, like, close to that good, but, like, good job. I mean, I know Pikachu is not, like, a defensive tank, but, like, it really seems like it's just, like, more frail than I remember it being. Oh, I really thought the Poison Sting would do it. The thing is, the Fury attack has a chance to miss outright. Psycho says, I always thought Pikachu was a squirrel. Its name, like, literally means bolt mouse in Japanese, doesn't it? I'm not saying you should know that, but it's just... It's, in its own way, it's reasonably explicit about that. Going to the Pokemon Center, because it's close. Looks more like a squirrel than a mouse. Hey, look up Pachirisu. Or a Molga. I love a Molga. Molga's very cute. You want to speak Japanese? Why not? Watch more Yugi Boro. Playing death games to put food on the table. Or Bo Fury. I maxed out my defense because I didn't want to take damage. I've seen different translations on what that one actually means. I'm gonna send Pikachu out again against this trainer. Oh no, this one isn't a trainer. I almost forget that. I should probably beat the last... Is there one in the grass here? No. There's like a couple of like... There's like this guy... Hey, you're not wearing shorts. What's wrong with you? He's got a point. Shorts are comfy and easy to wear, you know? Oh, finally, someone using a flying type Pokemon. And hopefully not putting me to sleep for like 2 turns. I sure am taking lots of the damage. I'm gonna take some of your experience points, buddy. You got too many of them. Doop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, bloop-a-doo, bloop-a-doo. Is there not a second one? I thought there was like a second sort of tucked away one. Alright, let's catch ourselves a Jigglypuff. And then probably, I guess, end the stream. What's gonna make that easiest? Maybe? Obviously a bird appears. Nicola says, you know a cool thing about England? They're squirrels, the red ones. Love those things. I'm really partial to the American style. I don't know if it's just because I've grown up with them and become really used to their appearance, but like something that weirds me out about different squirrel. So fairy type doesn't exist yet, so this is still a straight up normal type. So the poison sting probably doesn't kill it. You know what though? It's like really low level. I'm going to send out Nina from Pasadena. Wait, Neko says, too bad they're effectively extinct in the wild thanks to the North American gray squirrel. Wait, are we circling back around to the invasive species thing? Did someone, like, bring American squirrels to the UK and kill off the red squirrels? I had not heard that. We should said, I thought you were going to say the cool thing about England was the Brexit Christmas dinners. Wait, is there a specific Brexit version of the Christmas dinner? Hey, Nina woke up. That's awesome. Boy, so far, 0 for 3 on enduring a sing without going to sleep, huh? First year or so, they had these buckets of food that they would sell. They were horrific. A bucket of lunch, you say? What? What did Jigglypuff just hear? No, Zachary, you've asked a dangerous question. What is the Christmas dinner? Neko will now tell you in extensive detail. It is one of her morbid fascinations, like me with Lidsville. Like, if you get me started, I'll just talk about it forever. Oh, good. Now Cute Charm has infatuated me, because it's a male Jigglypuff. Which is probably suboptimal, if we're being honest. Is it gonna be horrible? Kind of depends on your whole take on it, but like, yeah. What is what, Zacula? What thing on the screen is upsetting you? You've already met Nina from Pasadena. It says, everything I know about England I learned from the 28 Days series of zombie movies. Is that a good source of information? Genuinely don't know. I've seen none of them. Oh, you're responding to a picture of the tinner that was sent on the Discord. I see. It's not great. I just want to get one more hit. It's remarkable that it hasn't tried to attack Nina once. I will sleep here forever. What are they being babies about? Mystery, are you familiar with Christmas tinner? Not dinner, tinner. I don't know that you'll hate it as much as Dracula, but I don't think you're gonna like it. I was thinking of doing another tackle, but I think I'm just gonna try to catch it now. Only have 3. That's great. That was good of me. Probably gonna need to Thunder Wave it. Nico says, I genuinely want to buy a bunch of Christmas tinners and send one to each of all of my friends. Do you... Serious question. Do you think your friends would like that? I legitimately don't know. Like, I can imagine that being true. I don't think I would assume that's true. Alright, since it was, like, resistant to being caught before, maybe we send out Punch to, like, scratch it? Oh, sick! This guy's immune to being put to sleep. Probably should have checked that sooner. Wait a minute, does this wild Jigglypuff not know Pound, for God's sake? How do I have so many female Pokemon? And why does this male Jigglypuff have so much swagger? Oh, for God's sake. Ignore the Jigglypuff's aura. Neither one of us can do anything. Turn this Pokemon battle into a complete farce. For God's sake. I can't be put to sleep. It's paralyzed. It apparently has no damaging attack. Which is going to make it a real treat to try and level this thing up. I've literally, like, it's like a 50% chance to miss your attack when you're, like, infatuated with the opponent. I think I've missed 4 in a row. Oh my god, I got into the red. Save me. Save me, Jeebus! Please catch it. Zagula asks if the Christmas tinner is eaten cold. Neko says, you can open the can, let it unceremoniously plop onto a plate in the shape of the can, and then microwave it, but you risk the layers further melting into one another. Is the heat worth all those dishes merging into a single slime? I feel like Neko was asking people politely to let her not have nightmares, and now has, like, chosen such incredible violence in her language to, like, torment Zacula so they'll never sleep again. Zagula says that's one of the most disgusting food items he's ever seen, and he ate a canned tarantula. That's horrid. Jigglypuff. When its huge eyes waver, it sings a mysteriously soothing melody that lulls its enemies to sleep. What is it called? What is it called? What is the name of the Jigglypuff? Loopy sound alone. That can't be a good... I mean, it's gotta be like a good Foley sound effect for like your internal organs falling out or something, but like that can't be a good sound. Joey, because it's so handsome. I don't hate that. That is actually pretty funny. Like I think I might be wrong about this. I think that like on average, like most like opposing trainers Pokemon are males, so like Jigglypuff's Q-Charm is like way worse if you have a male one. But this is the one we have. Johnny Bravo, also quite good. putting just like a generally good name for a Jigglypuff, that's true. Anyone else have a suggestion or a tiebreaker or a strong feeling? I like both of these like Rico Suave dude names. I mean, I guess Johnny Bravo's gonna have a hard time fitting, right? What's our count? Like 10 characters? I think it's 10. What does this orb evolve into? Sort of an oblong rabbit. Sort of like an oval with rabbit ears and like a cream puff on top with really big clown feet. Why are its eyes like that? I'm really glad you asked, Zacula. My favorite interaction regarding the fairy type discussed earlier was in like 2014 or 2015. I had an exchange with a coworker at the animation company I was working at the time. And we were talking about Pokemon, and I think I like mentioned offhandedly to him, like, you know, they just added the fairy type to the Pokemon game. He's like, fairy type? Like, what would be a fairy type? And I was like, well, like, Jigglypuff got made into a fairy type. And he's like, what was it before? I'm like, normal type. And he's like, that is not normal. He was so upset. He was really upset to think that Jigglypuff was normal. Zach has been asking the most wonderful questions tonight. Honestly, I figured Zach was going to have a good time with this, even though he didn't realize it. Just because he was going to have really strong reactions to, like, all of the Pokemon things. Puff Daddy? Absolutely not. We're sure not doing that. Not in 2026, we're not. I'm gonna go with Joey because I like it, and I don't think Johnny Bravo fits good. But I equally think that's a good suggestion. Oh, it was transferred to someone's PC, who knows? Oh, hey, look. It's Nidoran female. I mean, I have a single Pokeball to my name. We want to catch it. You know what? I'm gonna go buy some Pokeballs at Pewter City before we go into the mountain. I guess that's where it took a really long time to catch that stupid Jigglypuff. Oh, I tech missed. Couldn't resist the joke. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. There's just no shot. Like, you understand there's no shot, right? Like, you know that's not happening. If it got low enough and I had a chance, I was gonna throw my last Pokeball at it, but it just. So let's spend all our money on little plastic men to paint. Just kidding, we're gonna get some potions. I don't think we need anything else. I think one escape rope is probably fine. Hi there. I would like you to buy... six of your finest Pokeballs, please. Sorry, what's that face for, Zago? Well, your buddy got you a bottle of Viking blood. Is that... is it like an alcohol? What is that? Did they kill a Viking? Is it like car wax? With like an overly masculine name as a selling point? Neat. That tracks. By the way, those of you who do like Magikarp, you can get one pretty early by just going over to this bald guy on the left and spending 500 Pokédollars, which I don't have because I keep using antidotes on my Pokemon so they don't faint, even though it's not necessary. Oh, let's, okay, chat, we finally have more than 6 Pokemon. What are we taking out of our party to put Jigglypuff into the party? I think we're taking the Jigglypuff. If you really don't like the Jigglypuff, we cannot take it, but I wanted it. Is that an alcohol? He says. I literally don't and haven't and never have drank. So if it's like not like a super obvious alcohol name, like how am I gonna know? Like let's consider the converse, mystery. You're like, I know alcohol. What a silly question. I could name like 10 like vaguely fantasy sounding things, and like one of them would not be a magic card. Do you think you could figure out which one that was? Emission says, do you have a favorite Pokemon? Yeah, it's Squirtle. I mean, I like Eevee a lot. I like Eevee an amount that's similar to Squirtle. I like Drifloon a lot too. I honestly think Drifloon might be my like 3rd favorite Pokemon. But like you really know most of my favorites. Like a lot of them are Gen 1s. Then there's Drifloon, which I just like a lot. But like definitely my favorite is Squirtle. I'm even wearing a Squirtle shirt. There's a Squirtle at the bottom of it, but I'd have to stand up. I'm not doing it. Always wonder if it was Squirtle for the meme. I mean, the fact that the meme developed in that way is fun for me, but like, I mean, for a long, like, it's close enough between Squirtle and Eevee that for like a long time, I kind of just considered them equal favorites, but like at a certain point, it was just like, no, like, I really, really like Eevee. But, like, there is something personal about, like, the first Pokemon that you have, you know? Like, it's stupid. It's, like, schmaltzy, but it's, like, you know, Squirtle was the starting Pokemon in the first Pokemon game I ever played. Is it a secret one? I mean, it's not strictly secret, but I see what you're angling for. I didn't see any response. I'm gonna put this Metapod away because I don't think I can be bothered to evolve it. Although, frankly, I also don't really want this specific Rattata. Everything else is okay. This Jigglypuff is a little bit of a hindrance. It's Bold. Bold is like cut speed for attack? I don't think that's probably good. What else are we dealing with here? Ooh, Sassy Mankey's pretty bad. That's like cut like attack for special defense? That's like heinous. Hasty. I think that might be a defense cutting nature. I think I may have been overly sassed for considering that this might have an especially low defense. Hardy is something bad. Quiet is okay. Docile is fine. I did see they used the Jigglypuff, but we had to figure out what to get rid of. And I have decided it will be the Metapod. Because it also doesn't have a move it can use to level itself up. And I guess I will only accept one of those on my team at a time. Like to see the Nidoran female get used. We were unable to catch the Nidoran female because my Beedrill knocked it out. And because we didn't encounter one earlier at a lower level. I'll tell you what though, I think we're probably at the end of the stream. I would not be opposed if we played this again, which we're not doing tomorrow because I think chat has made it clear that they would like to continue with our adventures with Nelly Kutalot. But if we played this like next week or something, like I could very easily be persuaded to catch and use Nidoran. I think you get enough Moonstones that we could do 2 Moonstone evolutions, as unbelievably niche as that would appear. And make it all female squad. Well, then, regrettably, we would need to find a different Jigglypuff, and your starter is extremely rarely a female, because for whatever reason, they skew those really heavily male. I think it's like because they want them to be rarer, so like when Pokemon breeding comes up, and I know some of you who aren't familiar with the game are going to be upset about that to some varying degrees, but like you can breed your Pokemon to like get like special learned moves on them and other things, try to like get better stats over time. I think they want it to be harder to like duplicate and get more of the starters because they're meant to be rare. But like we could do something like that. It would mean giving up the Squirtle, then the Jigglypuff, which is a significant portion of the team. But like, you know, my whole thing this whole time was like, you tell me what you want the playthrough to be. So I'm just adapting to whatever you want. If you change the rules, we change the rules. You can tell me on the Discord if you're interested in doing more of this like next week at some point. I don't know for sure if we will finish Nelly Kutalot tomorrow. I think I did a lot of like ranting the first time we played it. So like, I don't know that we necessarily got like a full 3 hours of progress. I think it's like a 6 to 7 hour game estimate. Demotion says, I'd like to see a continuation. I don't know about an all the way game. I think it would take too many streams. I mean, it depends on how we play it. Like if we wanted to streamline it more, we could. I ended up sort of sliding into old habits of trying to keep things relatively even. Although I think if we hadn't done that, we would have struggled even more with some of these trainer battles that were like practically instantly knocking out our Pikachu. But like, I mean, the thing is, if your collective goal is to just like choose all of the Pokemon I like from this region and see what happens, which seems to be what you've been leading on so far, then like, once you like lock in on your team, which we would do by like probably like Celadon more or less, then like, you know, then you're just focused on making sure everyone has good enough moves and staying alive. Like I think it ends up taking less time and like the early levels are tough because like I was saying in Viridian Forest, like at the lower levels, if someone's like 2 levels higher than you, like that's like a huge like stat disparity and you end up taking like a ton of damage to just like get a little experience. But like it doesn't have to be a super long experience. Like if we took a really casual pace, I think like 30 hours would be like a solid estimate. I think we could do faster. I don't know if people want that. I've been trying to get a sense of what people want, but like I said, I've kind of just been like adapting as people say things that they want to have happen. I'm fine with that. Okay. So, Squirtle gets behind Sandshrew. Squirtle gets behind Pikachu. If you're wondering why people are guessing where Squirtles are, if you're new here, this is a Squirtle. There's one on my shirt. If you can find Squirtles hidden among the various other plush friends on display, that's a secret Squirtle, and also an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. I think that we can all agree that good luck is required and important, and you should have it. So I encourage you to look around and think where a Squirtle might be hiding, and I'm going to say this. Don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. The Flareon just to see what it's hiding. I consider this Flareon to be a girl Flareon. I don't know. I think that Flareon is an especially like floofy and fanciful and pretty full evolution, and so like I tend. I mean, like obviously it can be either. I did back when Pokemon Leaf Green first came out. I did like try to train for like quasi-competitive purposes, like a Flareon. I don't think I ever ended up having a remotely competitive battle with like the team I made for that, but I like that was like when I learned how effort values worked and all that stuff. And I like trained a female Flareon that I called Cinnamon. I don't really know if I intend to give a proper nickname to our large size one or what it will be, because I feel like it should be something significant and permanent. But I think of it as Girl Flareon. It should be a Squirtle behind Blastoise because I think I see part of one. You might, but like, listen, like if you look at this display on the Pokemon Day stream, and you're not sure where the Squirtle is hiding, I'm not sure how to help you. Is there a Squirtle behind the Blastoise? Yes, there is. Blastoise is all hunched over. I was having a hard time getting one to properly hide there, but like, good job, I guess. We've also got, what was Zacula's guess? Behind the pirate blob on the middle shelf. Okay.
We had a Jigglypuff guess. Jigglypuff has a Squirtle. Saw a Sandshrew guess early. It's got the little crochet one. It's fun. I really like that one. Pikachu, also Squirtle. I think someone had indicated they wanted to see what was behind our large Flareon. That's also a Squirtle. This is a big one. It's a big Squirtle. I will point out that, regrettably, if by Pirate Blobs Acclimate, our pirate hat wearing crab, not hiding a Squirtle, it's a different Pokemon, because it's all Pokemon on Pokemon Day. Are there some non-Pokemon in here? Yeah. Are those all hiding Pokemon? They are. It's lots of Pokemon. But it is possible that Zach meant by Pirate Friend, who is a blob, this Coughing, who has a skull and crossbones on him, and thus I consider him a pirate. That one has a Squirtle. That guy's a little freak. Love him. Gengar is very popular. I'm not the biggest Gengar fan. I like Gengar. I like other ghost Pokemon more. People like Gengar like quite a lot. This is a really good Gengar. I really like this. This is a top-notch Gengar. I'm very pleased with this one. I don't know. I might get some more sitting cuties. I don't know. I've spent like so little money this year because every time I like think about spending money on something, I feel like it's just gonna make me upset and it's not gonna make me feel any better. But like I feel like I have to do something to make myself feel better, and I don't know what that looks like. And one of the only times I tried, I bought that like little Pokemon Center bag, and it made me mad instead. Then I returned it. Now I have more money I haven't spent on anything, so maybe I'll get a little Coughing. And I don't know. I was thinking of getting the little Scizor. I don't think it's extremely good, but I do like Scizor a lot. It's still February. Save your money. But I'm so unhappy. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed some Pokemon Leaf Green post crash. Boy, what a day and what a week and what a bad time it is. But I hope these Squirtles have brought you joy and good luck, and the effort to catch a Pikachu after like 4 hours did something for you. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Tomorrow we'll be back with some Nelly Kudelot Foul Fleet. We might finish that game. We might not. We may return to this next week. It seems like there's some interest. I'm not entirely sure. But we'll figure that out. Yeah, in the meantime, take care of yourselves. And remember that you are clawsome.